significant impact in the advancement of blood cancer therapies that save lives every day.
I am making a difference. I am TNT.
Join TNT. Expand your circle of friends to be part of a very special community. Train with world-class trainers and have the chance to be part of the most exciting endurance sports events in the country. Or train on your own schedule with TNT Flex. Join TNT and fundraise while you train and take part in getting us all closer to a world without blood cancers.
Join TNT now. Go to teamintraining.org.
By texting 64,000, you agree to receive recurring automated marketing messages from Real Success. Message and data rates may apply. No purchase required. Terms apply. Available at ourrealsuccess.com.
Do you want to learn how to make money flipping houses and acquiring rental properties right here in Atlanta without using your own money? You'll learn to flip houses and secure rental properties in your spare time to get on track towards real wealth building. We're offering a handful of motivated individuals the opportunity to attend our workshop right here in Atlanta for free. That's right, we'll give you 2 free tickets when you text FLIP to 64,000. Atlanta is the perfect market to flip houses and build rental income. Don't miss this opportunity. Come to a complimentary live 2-hour workshop next week right here in Atlanta and learn how to start making money flipping homes and building long-term wealth with rental properties. To get 2 free tickets, text FLIP to 64,000. Text in the next 10 minutes, and registrants will also receive a free copy of our Funding for Deals guide. Text FLIP to 64,000 for 2 complimentary tickets. Text FLIP to 64,000.
The Morning Extra, every weekday morning from 6 to 10 on WFOM and W292 EV Marietta, a Dickey Broadcasting Station. Extra 1063.
More drug boats will be attacked. I'm Lisa Brady, Fox News. That from Secretary of State Marco Rubio defending the U.S. strike in the Caribbean yesterday, killing 11 people the Trump administration says were members of a terrorist Venezuelan gang carrying drugs bound for the U.S.
Interdiction doesn't work because these drug cartels, what they do is they know they're going to lose, 2% of their cargo. They bake it into their economics. What will stop them is when you blow them up, when you get rid of them.
Rubio says the boat hit yesterday was in international waters. Venezuela's leader accuses the Trump administration of plotting to oust him with a buildup of U.S. forces in the region. A fentanyl-related federal takedown.
Operation Box Cutter in the Southern District of Ohio leads to indictments and sanctions of 4 Chinese pharmaceutical companies, 22 Chinese nationals, and 3 defendants here in the U.S. accused in a scheme to promote, sell, and distribute cutting agents, including synthetic opioids, to increase yields and the potency of fentanyl for distribution.
Unless you track down every single person and business and entity and flow of money involved in it, you will never break the wheel. We are here today to break the wheel of fentanyl trafficking.
FBI Director Kash Patel, overdoses from synthetic opioids like fentanyl, now the leading killer of young Americans from 18 to 45.
Fox's Jeff Benasso. President Trump suggesting again he'll soon expand the federal crime crackdown in D.C.
We have a great thing going. I could do that with Chicago. We could do that with New York. We could do it with Los Angeles. So we're making a determination now. Do we go to Chicago or do we go to a place like New Orleans?
Also, again, criticizing Democratic city and state leaders critical of military intervention. Florida health officials launching an effort to scrap childhood vaccine mandates, arguing it's about personal choice. Some changes would need legislative approval. America is listening to Fox News.
Let's see, if something costs less, a lot less, but people are actually happier with it, that sounds like something to look into, and that's MediShare. Maybe you've heard joining MediShare can save you or your family up to $500 a month, and that's huge, but it's also true. People are just happier with it. They love being part of something that reflects and promotes their values and what they believe in. MediShare works, too. It's been around for 30 years now, and members have shared more than $7 billion of each other's bills. People love having telehealth and a huge nationwide PPO network, so yeah, really, you can save a ton and like it better. Imagine being happy with how you're taking care of your health care, whether you're self-employed or part of the gig economy, or you just want a plan that you're happy with. Here you go. You can call right now and get a price within 2 minutes. A very, very smart use of 2 minutes. Here's the number you need. It's 866-89-BIBLE. That's 866-89-BIBLE. 866-89-BIBLE.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. I got to get a setup. My ears don't fit. It's just as simple as that. Here we go. All right, look out. It's only me. It's only the Kimmer with Pete Davis. Like, oh, he looks in the arms of a heavenly creature of some kind, or a giant heavenly flower in the back. Oh, my God. Anyway, and Mechanical Mangler Flounder at the controls. What is that? The Mountains of Macon. What do you got there today? It looks like a flower of some heavenly angel wings or something. Is that
it kind of looks like a flower.
It's sort of an inside, sort of. Isn't that plate bit where they had all the plates of all the lady parts at that? Remember that artistic display where they had these. It was a feminine thing, and I forgot what it was called. But
it looks like the microphone is enjoying itself.
Yeah, apparently, and it was a bunch of women came up and they designed plates, dinner plates, in the shape of the ladies' vagina. And I was forced to go to it with a certain female. I was first we had a movie. You go into a theater before you go into the display. God, this had to be 30, 40 years ago. Before you go to the display, you had a movie on what they were doing. They showed they were working with clay and artistic, and they're showing the women's movement of the so-and-so. And then you walk into the museum part or the display part, and it's all these dinner plates of lady parts.
Is this better? Is this a better flower for you?
No, whatever you want. Chrysanthemums,
Thank you.
I'm just, everything's perfect. Anyway, so what else is new in the mountains of Macon besides your rather pornographic backdrop there occasionally? Anything going on up there?
Just enjoying watching the mushrooms grow. That's basically what's going on.
The magic kind or just regular? Or do you even know? Do you eat those things? You don't eat them out of the ground, do you? You don't eat those, do you?
I saw one that was orange with a bright orange dot in the middle. It looked like an egg yolk.
I'd give it a try.
Yeah, I'll do it right now.
And by the way, I grew up as a kid, and I don't know, I guess they're still around, but when I was growing up, all the subdivisions were all being built. So there was a lot of land that was just being kind of worked on, and there were still a lot of trees and woods and things like that. So there were mushrooms by the billion. Toadstools, we used to see them. Now, those are not edible, isn't that correct? The mushrooms you see walking in the forest, that they're, the big white one kind of, and they have the big puffy head and the stuff like that. I don't think those are edible, are they?
I don't know.
I don't know. Anyway. Flounder, what's going on with you and Mrs. Flounder, the lovely Veronica, in the last 24 hours?
All is well in the last 24 hours. We are good. Yeah. Roswell is a happy place.
Excellent. And, it's here we are, the Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. And we're still without air conditioning. Apparently, they fixed it, but I guess there's a leak. Or they found there was something wrong with the system, whatever, so they're still back. And so they're working hard. And by the way, it's not that bad. Flounder's got a couple of major fans in there, and so we have our doors open between my studio and Flounder's studio, and then the open door into the bullpen, the hallway to the bullpen, which Flounder had to remind me of because I was having another fight with my stupid glass pad. What the hell is this freaking piece of crap? iPad, this piece of crap.
I can't say what he was saying.
No, I was saying bad words. I'm sorry. So Flounder comes in and says, the doors were right. Some of the ladies in the bullpen area were not. Anyway. All right, look, here we go. So we got a lot of fun, goofy stuff and things. We got Pete's tweets. We got Flounder's funnies, and we got some really interesting sound bites of people in the news, and a couple of fun stories like the boat explosion of the narco speedboat, cigarette boat, drug smugglers disappearing in a ball of flame. God, how funny was that? And incidentally, can you imagine the next guy who gets a call from his drug pusher in somewhere in the Caribbean and says, Jose, we'd like you to drive our latest cigarette boat filled with drugs across the Caribbean. And he said, no, thank you, appreciate it. I watched the news. Really?
No mas.
And they've got spies in the cartel. All Trump has to do is say, okay, I will give $100,000 to every person who gives a tip that leads to a narco boat speeding across the Caribbean that we haven't caught normally with our radar. And pow, boom, wham.
Put a bounty on them.
Absolutely, exactly. You should do that. And by the way, what great training exercises! Can you imagine guys wanting to join some new Coast Guard narco terrorism force or something? Attack boats, and that's all they do. Oh man, how much fun with that? There's one now. Meow, meow. Oh man. Anyway. So that's good. And also the story of that little boy the other day, we didn't talk about the other, things got distracting, but that little 5-year-old boy in Jacksonville, Florida, and he gets up in the middle of the night, or early in the morning, and he sneaks out of the house and sneaks through a hole in the fence around the property and walks to the nearby Chick-fil-A. He's 5. And he walks in the door and says, "Yeah, I'd like to get some breakfast." So the manager and the girl there noticed there was nobody with him. And so they sat next to him and called the cops, and they showed up. And the little boy said, "Are you going to take me to jail?" I mean, the precocious 5-year-old. And the parents, God bless them, we were sleeping. We had no idea. Now, first of all, in fact, there is a fence around the house, and the cops had to jump over the fence to get into the property to tell the parents their kids at Chick-fil-A. Well, now he's in my police car. Can you imagine the knock on the door at 7 o'clock in the morning? Their parents are getting up in their bedroom or something, and the cop at the door had to crawl over your fence to tell you that we've got your kid in the car. Anyway, and the parents, now, are they liable for anything? I mean, they had a fence around the property, and the kids sneaked through a little hole. I don't know. Now, the other thing is, I can't believe they didn't have any kind of an alarm system. Even if it's not armed, if you open the door, you get a ding, ding, ding. I mean, that alone would, anyway, whatever. Anyway, so it's a thing. Also, we got the lottery to talk about. Astounding how much you're going to have to pay if you walk away with a lump sum. We'll talk about that stuff, too. Also, we got some, a billion things here, including the Epstein business. Boy, this is not over yet. I thought, and now I'm starting to wonder, if this, actually, I don't have a problem. If this is mostly revenge and vengeance by the young girls who are now full-grown women to kind of be done with it once and for all, to shame the men who exploited them and used them and paid for them, if that's the motive, I don't have a problem with it, to be honest with you. I don't have a problem with it. So anyway, I don't know. What do you think? You'll hear Marjorie Taylor Greene's in on this. There was a news conference today. One of the lady victims, now an adult, says, we have our own list and we're going to talk about it. So here we go. Anyway, we're not done with that by a long shot. Let's see. Also, I had a doctor's appointment this morning, and, again, remember, a couple of months ago, or like a month ago or something, I told you that I had to go see the doctor, and then the girl, it's a very nice doctor, she's a very nice lady doctor, Northside Heart something or other, and so she wanted me to change over my heart monitor device agency to her thing, which I said fine. So that meant, so now we started making appointments, and, once you're making one doctor's appointment, then they start making appointments for you with another doctor. So I had like freaking 3 of them. So I had one today for this echo chamber thing, and it reminded me about what's happening with AI technology. And in fact, there's stories coming up. We'll get to a little later. I think it was really important. I found this. It happened a couple days ago, and it skipped by me, and I didn't pay any attention to it. About what's happening now with AI stuffed animals, who are now able, plush toys for babies and children, who are now able to communicate in real time, instantly, with your toddler. And they're designed to keep your toddler happy. So your toddler is bonding with an AI plush toy that says, how do you feel? Fine, how do you feel? Well, I feel pretty good. Well, what are you doing today? Well, I'm having a conversation instead of an adult. I mean, anyway, so we got stuff going for you. Let's see. And I may have gotten out of the third doctor's appointment, but I want to talk about what they do with this flashing machine that shows your heartbeat. It's a kaplunch, 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 kaplunch. You ever listen to your heartbeat? Kaplunch, 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 kaplunch. It's pretty cool. But I think I talked myself out of that. And I do want to mention how... they tried to even do more with this IV business. I don't even understand what that's about. Okay, we'll put that aside for a minute. Another quick thing. I had a great come to Jesus kind of moment about how to answer Democrats and leftists when they complain about gun control instead of addressing, people being murderers and trannies trying to kill people and Christians and so forth in particular, about gun control. And they say, well, no one needs an AK-47. An AK-47 is not a deer rifle. So what do you think of that? That's got nothing to do with it. And when you put it in very basic terms, and again, I heard Jesse Kelly going home last night. I love listening to the show. And I've always made one major point about the Second Amendment, and that is the Second Amendment does not say that you have a right to own a gun. The Second Amendment assumes you have a gun. The Second Amendment says the government does not have the right to take it away. You see the difference? You have a gun. You have a right. Automatically, it's a given right to have a gun. The government cannot take it away from you. And so it's not that you have to go beg somebody, can I please get a gun? Can I please get a gun? No. You should have them. And the government can't take it away. I mean, what an amazing point. And the second thing is, the Founding Fathers didn't give a damn about having a weapon to shoot deer. The Founding Fathers wanted you to have a weapon because the very beginning words of the Declaration of Independence are, when in the course of human events it becomes necessary, and then the rest of it is to separate one people from another. They gave you the right to have weapons. The government can't take it away in case the government gets out of control and have another revolution. Had nothing to do with deer hunting, baby, or target practice or anything else. You have a right to have guns in case the government goes too far. And notice we're talking a lot about that lately. Anyway, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder, how's it going? 3:14, hump day. And, we'll have some fun. We have stuff coming up here, and I'm very excited for some reason. I don't know why. Anyway, you got 404-741-1230 if you want to join us. Here we go. Stand by.
When conflicts escalate around the world, don't let the mainstream media scare you into believing their narrative. Get it right with Atlanta's only conservative voice. And trust the Morning Extra, Glenn Beck, Clay and Buck, The Kimmer Show, and our entire lineup to give it to you straight. Don't buy the fear. Just keep it here. Extra 106.3 FM and the all-new Extra app.
Well, it's kind of hard to know where to start with peach stain windows and what the deals are going on these days. Of course, the windows, the double hung vinyl, energy efficient, big time Charlie. Any style your house needs, by the way. Jeff and his wife, I know these people 25 years, so I've been working with them. Known for their windows, but also I keep mentioning the siding. I'm a Hardy Plank fan, but if you need something else for your house, they can take care of that too. And don't forget, they can give you a free deck inspection. I mean, checking it out. If you have some problem with your deck, they'll find out and tell you about it, and you can figure out and they can build it. They can fix it, whatever. Anyway, they do it all. Tell them the Kimmer sent you. To look them up for the outside of your house, peachstainedwindows.com.
Hey, Atlanta, it's Mark from the Safe House. I have a question for you. Am I the only person pissed off with the mainstream fake news, liberal judges,
and whiny liberal politicians
who don't realize why Donald Trump is president, and fake safes? And you may wonder, why fake safes? Well, a fake safe is like Joe Biden, cheap and ineffective. A real safe from Atlanta Safe House is like Donald Trump, tough, effective, and provides peace of mind when you need it the most. So drop by Atlanta Safe House and check out the largest selection of safes in the Southeast and see what a real safe looks like. So go to atlantasafehouse.com.
Hey, this is Matt from East Cobb. We basically bought our house from our in-laws. It was my wife's childhood home. One of the issues that we've had when we first moved in was our dog in our backyard. It was extremely shaded, could never grow grass back there. We resodded it twice. So ATL Turf Co. did an amazing job with our backyard transformation. They basically created a miniature golf hole. We have a miniature fairway. We also have a miniature little putting green. Consists of about 4 holes, total about 40 yards, so you can definitely work on your short game and your putting. After that transformation that ATL Turf Co. did for us, my father-in-law came and saw his house the way it looked after the fact of we had a putting green and a miniature golf course. Sure enough, he did the same thing with ATL Turf Co. He has a beautiful backyard, wonderful stonework, drainage, and a beautiful practice area for chipping and putting. Check him out online at atlturfco.com.
Hello, Pete Davis here, and football is finally underway. And Underdog is the best place to make picks and win money all season long. And the best part, you can play right now, right here in Georgia. Playing on Underdog is easy. Just pick whether your favorite players will go higher or lower on stats like touchdowns, passing yards, interceptions, and more. Get your picks right, and you can win up to 5,000 times your cash. And you can start with as little as $1 tiny dollar. I play too. This week, I'm looking at the Tampa Bay Atlanta game, and Michael Penix Jr. going higher on his TD projection. protections, and Bijan Robinson to go nuts on his rushing yards. It's simple, it's extremely fun, and it keeps me locked into every play. Basically, it makes football even more entertaining. Download the app today and sign up with promo code 1063 to score $50 in bonus funds when you play your first $5. That's promo code 1063. Millions of fans have already won billions making picks on Underdog. Will you be next? Underdog. Make picks. Win money.
Must be 18 plus and present in Georgia. Terms apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com/play and get terms _DFS_.html for details. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org.
Are you looking for something simple but delicious, sweet but also savory? Discover Schumann Farms Sweet Onions. Schumann Farms is a third-generation family farm with the Real Sweet brand sweet onions. Whether you're grilling, sautéing, or simply adding a fresh crunch to your salad, Schumann Farms has you covered. Look for Schumann Farms Real Sweet brand sweet onions at your grocery store and taste the difference for yourself. Schumann Farms, the Georgia family farm growing tradition and the world's sweetest onions.
I got enough. How you doing? Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. 319. Happy Hump Day on 106.3, the Farm of Atlanta. Our number is 404-741-1230. This would be Led Zeppelin. It was on this day 2 years ago. An album sleeve signed by all four members of Led Zeppelin sold for about $19,000 at auction. It didn't have a record in it. The cardboard sleeve of the 73 album Houses of the Holy was only expected to get about $1,500. Items signed by all four band members were rare, though, obviously, because John Bonham died in 1980. And also the band split up. The seller acquired the autographs during a chance encounter at Gatwick. Gatwick upon Thames upon Ames upon Firmin, which I think is a cat house of some kind in London. Anyway, Led Zeppelin there. 2 years ago with a thing there. Our birthday list includes Red Foo. You ever heard of Red Foo? You know who that is, Flounder? You may know. Have any idea who Red Foo is?
I have not heard of that one.
Pete Davis, you know Red Foo? His real name is Stefan Gordy, the son of Motown founder Berry Gordy. Red Foo is 50 from a group called LMFAO, Leave My Face Alone Olaf. I think it's a famous Swedish band, maybe. Red Foo is 50 years old today. Here you go. And a couple of financial things here in the Kimmer history note there. On this day in 1929, hence the day, notice the date, 1929, this was the day the Dow Jones Industrial Average peaked at 381.17. 381 before beginning the decline that will lead to the famous stock market crash of 1929. This was the last day of the height, and then it went down, and it wouldn't hit the level of 381 again between 1929 and would not hit that level again until 1954. 381 when it started to crash in 1929 and didn't get back to that level until 1954. And by the way, in 1993, there was a month-long contest. A Swedish newspaper pitted a chimpanzee against 5 stock analysts to see who could earn the most money. They invested $1,250. 1993. A month-long contest. The chimp earned $190. The stockbroker's best was $130. The chimp picked his stocks by throwing darts at the board.
Well, I'm glad it was darts and not what he usually throws.
Yeah, they throw things from behind them. You know, it's not just, if you see it reaching behind them, run. Run really fast. Yeah. Anyway. Oh, God. All right, give her Pete and Flounder. I did my push-ups, my 50 morning push-ups.
Yeah, 50, huh? Yeah, okay.
I'll do another 50 right now.
No, you won't.
I'll even take off my shirt.
No. We all have to eat dinner later.
I know. I got to eat later myself. Even I think I'm disgusting.
Hey, I just read something this morning that if the more muscle mass you get together, as long as you don't overdo it, helps you through sickness and helps you pick up things in older age.
That's true. Yeah. They're saying even for the elderly, weightlifting is as good a thing as you can. I mean, everybody should walk. If you just walking for 40 minutes. I mean, at night before you go to bed, anything, just walking, whatever you can do, walking is good generally. But anything with weight now. They're saying even elderly weightlift training, and I'm doing a little weightlifting, and I'm doing. In fact, the thing I have the most trouble with is standing on one foot Just standing on one foot. Stand on one foot and lift your other foot up and just stand there. See how long it takes you before you start going like this. I mean, you know.
Why would you do that?
Well, for balance. For balance.
Well, if you stayed on both legs, you wouldn't have
Well,
to
no, I mean, believe me, when you get old, and it's like, I told you when you're taking off your jeans, if you do that, you get your foot stuck and you get that little hop skip, you're going on your ass. You know, when you're 25 or 40, you can do a little hop skip and take the jeans off, and everybody's happy. No, when you're almost 80, you're going on your butt. So,
Yeah, and you're in the shower, you lift a leg to wash your feet or something.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, I mean, try it just for kicks. Just try to see how long. Just you stand. And by the way, the key is to stand as still as you can on one foot, without weaving and bopping and stuff like that. To see how. And the reason it's important, I think, is because you'll notice it's the little teeny muscles in your feet and your ankle and your legs and stuff like that that have to work together to balance the weight of the one limb. And you don't notice it when you're younger, but when you get older, you say, "Oh my God, I can really feel every little inch in my leg that's taking the stress of the weight on one leg." I'm telling you, it's unbelievable. But it's hard. I mean, it's hard to do. It's harder for me to stand on my left leg for a while than it is on my right leg alone. And I don't know why that is, but I'm working on it.
You're right-handed, your right leg?
I'm right-handed, yeah.
With your right leg.
Possibly true. And the other thing is, I'm doing, I do my 50 push-ups in the morning and 50 at night, and then I do deep knee bends until I fall over, until I can't get up.
That's not good for your knees. Deep knee bends.
I know.
No.
Anyway, 324, Kimmer Pete. Oh, God, it just got hot in here, Flounder. Did you turn the fans off or something? Is that fan still on? All of a sudden, it just got hotter than hell.
That's definitely you. Unless, again, maybe they had to turn it off. Because there is still a little air coming through.
Yeah, there was some. Okay, well, not anymore.
Hey,
oh, man.
Take your shoes and socks off.
No, that's disgusting.
Well, you're going to sit there and sweat.
Yeah, I'd rather. I'm
he
doing
was walking
laundry
around here like a hippie yesterday.
I know. I don't want it. They're just, disgusting. No, I'm doing laundry tonight. It's Tuesday. Wednesday night is laundry night anyway, so that's what I'll be fine. Let's see. Okay, we got so many things. I want to talk about the lottery. I want to do Pete Hegseth and the boat and a couple of. In fact, we're going to talk about the Epstein thing, too, and Jen Psaki is sticking her nose in it again, like she didn't learn a lesson from just a couple days ago about whether Donald Trump was dead or not. Here we go. First of all, think of the lottery. The lottery tonight, the not Fantasy 5, what's the Powerball, is going to be about $1.3 billion. And if I understand it, if you take the one lump sum, if you take it over the 30 years, I think you get $10 million a year or whatever, or something like that. But if you take the lump sum, I believe the take-home lump sum before taxes is something like $600 million. Does that sound about what you guys have heard? Something like that? 600, 700 million? Yeah. Maybe, let's say 700 million.
700 million.
No, that's not what I mean, but let's all say it anyway. So pretending it's 700 million before taxes. And then if you're in Georgia, they're going to be state tax and then the federal tax, and it looks like you will probably bring home maybe $400 million, which means the government in taxes will take more, almost $1 billion.
Yeah. Doing nothing. Just
for you, money. Yeah, for you taking the ticket from the registered people. And the government, for doing that, will take almost $1 billion of that money. You'll never see it.
For allowing you, poor peasant, to actually play a lottery. We've deemed that you're able to do that. It's absolutely robbery. And they steal the money. They put it in their own pockets, the politicians, or they give it to their friends.
I wonder how many NGOs stuff like this funds, like a U.S. aid program. I wonder. Really, I don't know where the money goes. I don't understand. If we have that kind of money, how come not every child in America's school has his own computer and his own tutor? And we have classrooms of 7 people in them. Seriously,
how much money are they bringing in if they're able to give away $1 billion for?
Right. Think about it. If it goes to $1.3 billion and you walk away with, 400, even 500 million, they're taking almost $1 billion of you before you even see it.
Yeah.
That's unbelievable. Anyway, 327, all right. Kimber Pete Flounder. Okay, Pete Hegseth says, we told you there's going to be more. I love that video of that speedboat filled with drugs and like 11 different bad guys from Tren de Aragua, the narco people, Venezuelan gangbangers, and the ones who took over Aurora, Colorado, where my family lives. For God's sake, anyway, so Pete Hegseth, the defense secretary, says this ought to be a warning, you guys. It's a new day, and we're not going to tolerate in our hemisphere anything like this. The Venezuelan Minister of Communications says, it was all AI, it wasn't real. Hegseth says, I promise you, it was real. He said, I watched it live. It was definitely not AI. We knew who they were. We know who was in the boat. We know what they were doing, where they were going, who they represented, a narco-terrorist organization trying to poison America. And he says, we're giving notice. I mean, again, can you imagine the next narco kingpin who's going to try to hire somebody to take a route like that filled with drugs and open seas across the Caribbean? Oh, man.
The Democratic judges have already shown they're not going to deport them, even though they're violent gang members. So we're going to have to kill them before they get here.
You know, this is amazing. The Democrats have now actually, the ACLU and their Democrat lovers have actually sued and won to stop America and Donald Trump from sending gangbangers out of the country. The Democrats have sued and won. An appeals court 2-1 ruled. Fifth Circuit Court of Appeals has ruled that Donald Trump had no right to get rid of those gangbangers. Now, wait a minute. So, I mean, first of all, the fact that Trump lost the case, they're going to appeal it, of course, and they'll win eventually. I mean, this is silly. But they lost the case. But the thing that kills me is somebody actually had the balls to go to the ACLU and say, we don't want Donald Trump to send those gangbangers back to Venezuela. We want to keep them here. And I'm thinking, who in the world would go to start that kind of lawsuit to keep the gangsters in America?
Communists who hate America?
I mean,
white liberal women?
I mean, seriously, think about it. The ACLU celebrating that they got the gangbangers to stay in America. I mean, what are we supposed to give them homes now? Educate their kids? I mean, this is unbelievable. I mean, I can't freaking believe it. The Democrats have found themselves in cahoots with keeping gangbangers in America. So here we go. And by the way, Flounder found this new Mayor Bowser, apparently in New York, D.C., Washington, D.C. Mayor Bow Wow has now agreed to help Donald Trump and have her told her cops to cooperate. I guess she knows. I think she's afraid Donald Trump's going to say, you're no longer mayor, we're taking over. Remember, he's already said, we own you. Anyway.
Bowser's her name?
Bowser, yeah.
Shana Na.
Anyway, 3:30. Coming up with the Jeffrey Epstein case. It's not even close to being done yet. So we got all that and so much more. Kimber, Pete, and Flounder, 3:30 on the clock, and your calls, 404-741-1230, if you feel like it. Here we go. Look out.
Extra 106.3 has the biggest lineup of conservative voices all week, and we're loaded with live and local programming every weekend. The All Four Seasons Home Show, Back Your Blue, Ben Burnett, Janelle King, and NASCAR on Sundays. See the full weekend lineup at extra1063.com and stream it free on the Extra app.
You know, I'm lucky I haven't needed David Van Sant yet, but I've come close on that chopper. And my car, things happen on the road out there, especially all the new traffic circles and yielding things and double the lane disappear. Anyway, if you've had a problem on the road and somebody's arguing with you over who did what to what, instead of arguing with the insurance companies, let David Van Sant do it, because one, he used to work for him, so he knows all the deals. Two, he's a super lawyer. He's on literally the Georgia super lawyer list. He's on it, been on it for years and years. Been one of the top 100 trial lawyers in Georgia, too. So he gets the job done, and they all know it. So they're not messing with David Van Sant. And things are complicated. Insurance policies are rich, so we've all used insurance companies, and bless them because, we need them. However, they don't want to pay more than they have to, and David Van Sant tends to make them pay a lot more than they want to. It's complicated. He'll take care of it for you. And this is, he's a personal injury lawyer. If something else happened to you and you've been wronged and you need your money and someone's cheating you badly, hey, David Van Sant, that's what he does for a living. Here's the number, 855-GA-INJURY. Online, vansantlaw.com.
A company that has been trusted in Atlanta for over 25 years has already done their hometown homework, like having the very best people, fair, honest pricing, exceptional customer service, and a focus on high-quality work. That's us. Hi, I'm Dan Watkins, owner of All Four Seasons Garage, Entry Doors, and Windows. Sometimes new isn't better, like out-of-town home improvement companies invading Atlanta with their inflated pricing and subpar work. When trust matters, trust us. All the number 4 seasonsgarages.com.
I enjoy a good night's sleep, and I like to breathe while I'm sleeping. My wife appreciates that, too. That's why I wear a CPAP. You want the right machine. You want expert advice. You want all the supplies that go with it. You get it all at CPAPs, etc. in Alpharetta. Machines, masks, tubing, filters, cleaning supplies, all of it, and they ship nationwide. Walk-ins, by the way, are welcome. CPAPs, etc. Alpharetta, CPAPsetc.com.
Looking to buy a firearm for home defense or personal safety? Start with True Prep, a locally owned store dedicated to education and safety. Right now, get 20% off all used guns and gear, excluding consignments, through August 31st. And if you have a firearm you're ready to sell, we buy used guns too. No pressure, just great deals and expert guidance. Visit TruePrep.com. That's TRU Prep.com to get started. Prepare today for a worry-free tomorrow at True Prep. Come see us at 1000 Cobb Parkway in Marietta. Hey, it's Los. We're here with Tom Mitchell, the honest car guy. Tom, I'm looking for a reliable vehicle, something for the family, but also for my daughter who's going to be driving soon. Why should I call you?
The main thing is you get to see it's a full transparency sale. What I like to do is show you the whole gamut, show you everything that's out there and everything that's available. I can get any make, any year, any model.
Financing. If I need to use it, what can you offer?
We have some of the best banks available, and we got rates starting at 4.99 from a 23 model and above. It could be a 14 model. We still have banks that will do all the financing for you at good rates in their primary banks. If you have credit issues, we still have banks that can accommodate those issues as well.
Friends, if you're in the market for a pre-owned car, truck, or SUV, get an honest car buy from the Honest Car Guy. You pay what we pay, plus an honest fee, and we back that up by giving you the bill of sale. That's our transparency guarantee. Call 844-SHOW-ME-1. That's 844-SHOW-ME, the number 1, or visit honestcarguy.com.
All right, let me tell you about Relief Factor. Some people talk about getting their life back like it's a cliche, but if you've lived with pain, real daily, unrelenting pain, you know it's not just a phrase. It's a goal. It's a milestone, sometimes a desperate prayer. You start making trade-offs without even realizing it. Maybe you stay home instead of going out. Maybe you pass on a family trip because you're not sure you can handle the walking. Maybe you just start shrinking the size of your daily plans a little bit at a time. But what if there was a way to push back just a little bit? Relief Factor. It's not magic. It's science backed by doctors, designed to target the underlying inflammation that causes so much of our pain. It is a daily supplement that helps your body do what it was made to do: heal, move, and live. With consistency, patience, and a little hope, Relief Factor could be a step forward in taking back more than just your mobility. It could allow you to take back you. So give their 3-week quick start a try for only $19.95. Try it for 3 weeks. Visit relieffactor.com. Take it as directed. 1-800-4-RELIEF.
The Morning Extra, starting your day the right way. Weekdays from 6 to 10 a.m.
We are so back in Trump's America.
Yeah, right.
We are back to putting hot people into commercials. Before you know it, we're actually going to have nuclear families on television.
What?
You watch. We are coming back right now.
With a vengeance.
What was it? Carl's Jr., where they used to have hot girls eat burgers. The more of that we get, the more we are healing.
Atlanta's only conservative news and talk station is Extra 106.3.
What do you got, a shish kebab in there? What are you eating?
That was a jerky stick.
A jerky stick.
It was Wagyu. It's Wagyu beef. Veronica finds it at Costco.
Oh my God!
I'll bring one tomorrow. They're delicious.
Oh, cool. Oh, thanks. Now, are they? Is this like a new brand of beef jerky stick?
She just finds it at Costco. So
I'll be damned. I haven't had. We as kids we used to have them.
Delicious.
And they were in bars. Remember, we would go to bars as teenagers. They would have the beef jerky sticks. Anyway, cool. All right, Kimber, Pete, and Flounder, how's it going? I got a phone call coming up here. But first, this is screaming time here. 3 years ago this day, Taylor Hawkins tribute concert held in London. Sir Paul McCartney, Queen, AC/DC, the rock royalty paying tribute at Wembley. Liam Gallagher opened the show with a fitting rendition of Oasis's Rock and Roll Star. Foo Fighters, the frontman here, Dave Grohl, choked back tears on this day in 2022 as he played the band's first show since the death of drummer Taylor Hawkins in March 3 years ago. He was singing times like these when he paused to collect his emotions on the lyric, "It's times like these you learn to love again." Taylor Hawkins tribute 3 years ago today. To the phones, taking priority. Martin, hey, Martin, you on the radio, man. How's it going? Happy hump day, sir.
It's always going good.
Yes, sir.
So you're getting, are the hot flashes, is that the problem?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, I missed that. The what?
You were talking about the how hot you were. Is it hot flashes, you think?
No, hell, I used to get hot flashes. Oh, God. When I got cancer, holy crap. I remember Wayne, no offense, was my producer at the time. And when I got my, hell, I went into male menopause. I had, chemo, and I had 5 weeks of daily radiation and surgery. And so it put me into male menopause. And I'm not making this up. I had hot flashes. My face would go whonk, and I'm soaking wet and sweating. And Wayne would start playing He's Hot, or whatever the song was.
Oh, boy. So the list, the Epstein list.
Yeah.
The victims, they're talking about coming out with their own list.
Yep, you're going to hear a lady talk about it here in a couple of minutes. Yes, sir. Right after we talk with you, you're going to hear it.
Kind of fun. So we should do a pool. Who do you think would be on top? Bill Clinton or Uncle Joe?
Well, I wonder, and holy cow, and they're also talking about foreign countries. A lot of people from foreign countries who apparently paid a lot of money to come to America to have sex with young girls. And these
Probably, Boris Johnson, you think?
Well, I mean, honestly, and by the way, I've changed my whole mind. When this first Epstein thing first started, my biggest concern was that there was a government conspiracy to hide American government top-ranking officials from being linked with child pedophile rings and international spy rings of blackmail, stuff like that. I don't think that anymore. The thing now, it's all a question of whether I think these girls, who are now women, have the right and their motive of retribution or vengeance or revenge or anything else. And I don't have a problem with it, honestly. I think it's going to be embarrassing for a lot of people, a lot of countries. And here we go. And it's just, that life is hard and there are scandals, and we'll see what happens. I don't have a problem with it at all. It's probably, I'm not glorying in it. I don't want to see any pictures. I mean, nothing like that. But if there's a name out there,
we don't want to see pictures, but I would love to see a lot of. It's a lot of those people. I'd love to see them homeless and living under bridges.
Well, and just rewards, and get what's coming to you. And again, this is going to be delightful in a horrible way. I got a feeling. Anyway, Martin, always a pleasure, sir. Thank you.
Later.
All right. Well, you're going to hear these here in a second. In fact, a quick birthday first of all. Well, no, in fact, I'll do it later. Let's do that right now. Here we go. Flounder, we're going to play MTG, and then we're going to do the victim. The Epstein victims had a news conference today. There are more files released, thousands and thousands of more pages and files and so forth. And yet the victims are still saying, and their lawyers still saying, this is only the tip of the iceberg. So the victims of Jeffrey Epstein today had a news conference here, and they say they're compiling their own list of the rich and powerful. First, let's hear from Marjorie Taylor Greene, Georgia's own congresswoman, who said these women need justice. Flounder, MTG, if you will, sir.
This is the most important fight we can wage here in Congress, is fighting for innocent people that never receive justice. And the women behind me have never received justice. And do you want to know why? It's because Jeffrey Epstein somehow was able to walk among the most rich, powerful people, not only in America, but foreign countries.
Those foreign countries, she said, included Saudi Arabia. Let me see if I got several. But first, here's another one of the victims. Well, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said another. Marjorie Taylor Greene was not a victim. A victim of the Jeffrey Epstein scandal is a woman named Lisa Phillips, a model who was introduced to Epstein in the early 2000s. She and survivors have been discussing putting together their own list. Flounder, if you will, the victim named Lisa Phillips talked today.
Transparency is justice. Release the files, end the secrecy, and stand with us in declaring that no one, no billionaires, no politicians, not world leaders, is above the law. And let me announce now, Several of us Epstein survivors have been discussing creating our own list of names. Many of us were abused by them.
That's right.
Now, together as survivors, we will confidentially compile the names we all know were regularly in the Epstein world.
And in fact, she said, we will confidentially compile the names, and will be done by the survivors for the survivors. A dozen other victims also were abused by Epstein met at the Capitol today, calling for Congress to pass a discharge petition that would force the release of all the files held by the feds. Now, another victim named Jenna Lisa Jones said today she was only 14 when she met with a friend who took her to Jeffrey Epstein's house in Palm Beach in 2003. She was 14. She said, I always did my best in school, and I had such a positive outlook on life. Until that day that I met Jeffrey, I have never been more scared in my life than I was that first time that he hurt me. I remember crying the entire way home, thinking about how I couldn't ever tell anyone about what actually happened in that house. It was really hard for me to find my voice and to become strong enough to speak about my abuse. She said, together we can finally make a change, and that is thanks to the people like these two congressmen, Massey and Khanna. It's bipartisan, by the way, Democrat and Republican. Thank these two congressmen and their teams who actually care about the victims. Excuse me. She also appealed to Donald Trump and Congress. If you're a member and listening to all of us speak, please listen to us, vote for this bill to be passed. Please, President Trump, pass this bill and help us, make us feel like our voices are finally being heard. And the Jeffrey Epstein case is now back in full swing. And I'm kind of, you got to wonder why the Democrats are so big-time Charlie on this. If they know what's in those files, and these women are saying, and Marjorie Taylor Greene, they're saying, we know what's in there. So, I mean, if the Democrats want it released, I mean, my goodness, here we go. But they found the missing minute. Apparently nothing askance about it. They have to edit the two together to make sure the missing minute from the midnight overtake of the tapes apparently is not a big deal, as it turns out. And there's also release of the information, pictures of what Epstein had in his house, which has now been destroyed. And he had, naked women pictures all over the place. Ghislaine Maxwell was pictures of her laying naked on a beach. They had apparently Jeffrey Epstein once said that he thought people were trying to steal from him, so the cops showed up at his house and bugged his computer. So anyway, 3:45 already. Kemper, Pete, and Flounder. It's freaking hump day, and the Epstein case isn't going away. And the FEMA workers, horn dogs, and your federal tax roll. Here we go. Kemper, Pete, and Flounder. Stand by. Here he is. Stand by. Stand by.
Need more than just headlines on your ride to work? It's the Morning Extra, live from 6 to 10 a.m. tomorrow morning, only on Extra 106.3 and the Extra app.
You've worked hard to save, and many even have a financial advisor. But is your portfolio as efficient as it can be? I'm here today with Evan Ward of Atlas Retirement, where our listeners can get a second opinion on their retirement savings. So, Evan, tell folks the biggest benefits of getting that second look.
Well, it's clarity. It's confidence. And I had a client come in the other day, and she thought, and she is, exceptionally conservative financially. And that's the way she had told her financial advisor to investors. She thought she was paying very little in fees. We came into the full review of her portfolio. She was taking a great deal of risk, so much so that she, in a good market, was down like 15, 20%. But then the thing that really put her over the top, the thing that she had no idea is she was paying about 4.5% a year in fees. It was an outrageous kick in the teeth to her. But the good news is there are ways to fix that problem pretty quickly and get you in line with what you actually thought you had.
Second opinions obviously are important, Evan, and as is reviewing what you have in place, right? You don't want to set it and forget it. You don't want to put a retirement plan together and just think, okay, now I'm good for the future, right?
Well, the way I view retirement and retirement plans is they're living, breathing things. Because the one thing I can promise you, I can promise me, and I can promise every single person that walks in our office is life will throw you curveballs. Mm-hmm. Things will change, and we've got to adapt with them. So if we aren't having annual reviews, and as you get closer to retirement, even more so, we have to adapt and build from there.
If you'd like a second opinion when it comes to your savings and investments, call Atlas Retirement for a complimentary second opinion today. That number is 678-736-7799. That's 678-736-7799. Investment advisory products and services made available through Impact Partnership Wealth, LLC, IPW, a registered investment advisor.
Hi, I'm Chris Lalamia, owner of the Trusted Toolbox. Got a to-do list a mile long? No problem. We've got the ultimate solution, our Handyman for a Day program. Here's how it works. You get a skilled handyman dedicated to knocking out your honey-do list. Paint touch-ups, drywall repairs, door adjustments, and much more, all done in one day. Call us now before the rush for your Handyman for a Day and call us at 770-623-3097 or visit us at thetrustedtoolbox.com. One call, one handyman, one day, the Trusted Toolbox.
Advisory services offered through Master Plan Retirement Consultants, Inc., a registered investment advisory in the state of Georgia. Insurance, tax, and commodity services offered through Fricks & Associates, Inc., DBA Master Plan Retirement Consultants. The aforementioned are affiliated companies.
Retirement means different things to different people. Some folks want to travel the world. Some folks want to spend more time with grandkids. For me, I'm looking forward to spending more time with my guitar. Whether extravagant and robust or simple and cozy, every retirement needs a plan. You wouldn't take a trip without directions. You have to know where you are before you know where you're going. Master Plan Retirement Consultants have helped many like you plan for their own retirement. Not only does Master Plan help you create the roadmap, they join you on the journey. So whether you want to travel the world, become a pickleball champ, or just looking for a good porch, a sturdy rocking chair, and an acoustic guitar, remember to plan well because the destination is worth it. Visit masterplanretire.com to schedule your complimentary consultation today.
Are you a parent of a 2 to 8-year-old? Listen closely for an exciting offer, then head to abcmouse.com/radio to learn more. By now, you've probably heard of ABC Mouse.
ABC Mouse is like a little one-on-one teacher. It has helped her so much.
We're offering a promo at abcmouse.com/radio to try it for free for a month, then $14.99 per month until canceled. Go to abcmouse.com/radio to see this offer. That's abcmouse.com/radio. Actual ABC Mouse users compensated for their testimonials, sponsored by Age of Learning.
Yeah, no, that's all. Yeah. Oh, look out. Kimber, Pete, and Flounder. A Steely Dan here for you. 2017, this was the day. Walter Becker, the co-founder and guitarist for Steely Dan, died. He was 67. By the way, Steely Dan, do you know how Steely Dan got his name, Flounder?
I do not.
You don't want to know.
Yeah, well, I'm about to tell you. I knew Pete knew. I didn't until shortly ago. Steely Dan was named after a sex toy in the book Naked Lunch by William Burroughs.
Yeah.
Steely Dan released their first album, Can't Buy a Thrill, in 1972 and had the 73 American number 11 hit single, Reeling in the Years, 9 other top 30 hits. Steely Dan's Two Against Nature won a Grammy in 2001 for Album of the Year. This guy, Walter Becker, who died on this day at the age of 67 in 2017, had produced records for Ricky Lee Jones, China Crisis, and Michael Franks. Oh, he did the China Crisis production? Oh, I was wondering, because I listen to them all the time, going home, clearly in the car, probably. Let's see. We got a little bro. I got to put it over there. Here we go. No, I'm fine. Everything's fine. Birthday list includes that naughty little Valerie Perrine. Valerie Perrine is 82.
She was big.
Valerie Perrine, good Lord. And by the way, just for kicks, I Googled her just to get a list of some of the movies in case I didn't remember whatever. You ought to see her now. Valerie Perrine is 82. God bless her. She's alive. And still so young. Valerie Perrine is 82. She was, of course, Honey Bruce in the movie Lenny, about Lenny Bruce. And she was in Superman, and she was in Electric Horseman. And various things. Anyway, Valerie Perrine.
Slaughterhouse 5.
Slaughterhouse 5. Valerie Perrine, 82. Years old today. And speaking of showbiz, one more here. And again, we had her on the program many years ago. 21 years ago, 2004, Growing Pains star Tracy Gold flipped her SUV with her entire family inside 21 years ago. Tracy Gold pleaded guilty to driving drunk. She was sentenced to 30 days of county work release, 240 hours of community service, and she lost her license for a year. Hell, I lost my license for a year 3 months after I had it when I was 16 years old for driving an unregistered, uninsured car on Cape Cod with my buddies. And I got pulled over like a bunch of idiots. We even saw the cop. Well, God, it was so stupid. We ran out of gas. And so we walked and we hid the car in the, it was unregistered, uninsured because we didn't get into plate. And we worked at a boys' camp, 3 of us, and walked into town to get gas. We hid the car in some bushes off the side of the road. And as we were walking to town to buy some gas, a cop car came by and said, "Hey, where are you going?" "Well, we're just walking around, officer." I said, "Okay." And they took off. So we walk into town, get a gas can. And I said, and I was the biggest, strongest one of the 3 of us. So I said, I carried the gas can back to the car. And when we got back to the car, the other guy who was registering it and didn't do it started getting in. I said, "No, I'm driving. I carried the gas can." So I got in the car. We got in the car. I started it up and drove around the corner. Woo! Because the cops were waiting for us because they saw the car in the bushes and us walking into town. So we didn't go 50 yards like an idiot. I mean, how can you be so stupid? So we went to jail, and my father and mother had to come down to Cape Cod to bail me. To get me out. Oh God, I was on probation for a year. Filled out probationary records every month. I know it's on the Kimber lottery list there. What do you call it? Finboard machine or something? Bingo card. And I lost my license for a year, and I could have gotten it back in a month. My next door neighbor, Mr. Cipher, knew a guy at the DMV, and he said, "I can get you." Called the house, and he said, "I said, hey, I can get your license back." And I said, "Hey, Dad, Mr. Cipher said I can get my license back." And he said, "Well, no, the judge said you're lose it for a year, so you're going to lose it for a year." I said, "Dad, I just got it. I got it in March, and now it's June." I said, "Well, no." So I had to lose my license for a full year because my father said, "No, you broke the rule, and you can pay for it." And that was my straight arrow dad. Anyway, 3:54. Sorry I blew the whole freaking segment. Okay, speaking of doing the right thing, Pete Hegseth has now announced that an Army dumping command promotion board is gone once and all forever. He said the Army has canceled the command assessment program. It's a promotion board. Again, this is from Biden's years. It was a promotion board of wokeness that factored psychological assessments and potential biases into your ability to be a leader in the Army. Pete Hegseth, defense chief, says good riddance. That PAC thing will only be tossed on merit and performance. Only if you want a promotion, it's based on merit and performance, not possible biases to try to get equity involved. It was implemented across the Army before Donald Trump got reelected, aimed at reducing conscious and subconscious bias and using peer assessments and behavioral analysis to choose candidates for command posts. How about the guy you're scared of because he'll kick your ass if you don't do what he says? I mean, oh my God. I mean, seriously. I mean, in the Marines, you get promoted because people are afraid you're going to kick their butt if you don't do what they're saying. Oh, my mind, this is so ridiculous. It's got nothing to do with bias and, oh, Lord. I mean, seriously, honestly, this is the damnedest stuff. And it's thank goodness it's all going on now under the Trump people. I mean, what a breath of fresh air. They had a command to get a promotion. You had to go through a process of discovering your biases. That's how you determine leadership in the Army? Anyway, all right. 3:56. And more cleaning house. This is a great, funny little story here. 2 FEMA workers have been identified as employees who were fascinated with porn on the job. Yes, the Department of Homeland Security has now discovered that there were people working for FEMA who were tasked with protecting the United States from terrorist attacks. They've been fired over their deviant porn habits. One guy got flagged using his work device to type phrases into a chatbot so he could read about another accent with his racism-infused sexual encounters, including being fascinated by bestial fantasies. and some racism thing in there, too. The other guy got caught. Extensive interactions with others on Reddit and graphic sexual videos and photos, racially charged. He was on a forum website. He logged on in 30 days. The second guy logged on in 30 days 578 times. Oh, my God. That's like twice to 3 times an hour for a month, every day for a month, including your off days. Holy criminy. Anyway, more about this coming up. And they're gone, by the way. They got fired. FEMA protectors. Little Flounders. Flounders funny. Well, here you go. Coming up right now.
Here's how Texas my parents are. For Christmas this past year, they bought each other guns. Christmas guns. I honestly think it was a good thing. I think it's a sign that they still deeply love each other. Because I just don't think you buy your partner a gun unless you're really sure things are going to end up well. I don't want to get into the politics of guns. I think we can all agree, though, that if you do decide to introduce firearms into your relationship, you should both get one. Because a marriage where only one person has a gun is really just a hostage situation. And a true marriage is a union between two equally armed people locked in a Cold War for all eternity.
I forgot this guy's name.
His name is Jeremy Adler.
Yeah, he sounds like such a little kind of just a little guy, kind of a guy, but he's very amusing. And it's just against his style as much as anything. And I'll bet he's always just been a naturally funny guy. Witty, charming, funny. But I'll bet he was funny as a kid, too. Anyway, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder coming up on 4 o'clock already. And we got tweets, we got a game, we got more Flounders funnies. So we got, Jen Psaki is once again showing her communist self, hoping Donald Trump dies. Next, 4 o'clock coming up here. Look out, look out, look out.
The Kimmer Show is live on your ride home on WFOM and W292 EV Marietta on Dickey Broadcasting Station, Extra 106.3.
A tug of war intensifies over the Jeffrey Epstein files. Lisa Brady, Fox News, says accusers of the late sex offender visit Capitol Hill.
They want all the documents released without redactions. An attorney for the victims, Bradley Edwards, says people will, quote, be appalled by what's in the documents. Democrats and a few Republicans are pushing the House to release everything.
Fox's Chad Pergram on the Hill, the House passing one measure that would formalize the House Oversight Committee's Epstein probe, seen by critics as a move by GOP leadership to avoid a vote on releasing the files. President Trump calls the documents controversy a hoax engineered by Democrats to distract from his accomplishments. Secretary of State Marco Rubio defending a U.S. strike in the Caribbean on what the president calls a boat carrying drugs and headed for the U.S.
The president of the United States is going to wage war on narco-terrorist organizations. This one was operating in international waters, headed towards the United States to flood our country with poison. And under President Trump, those days are over.
Rubio says the boat came from Venezuela. The strike killing 11 people on the boat. The Venezuelan leader has criticized a buildup of U.S. forces in the region. A new bipartisan bill would restrict stock trading by members of Congress, aimed at preventing insider trading. And it's creating some unlikely alliances.
If anyone says, this isn't fair, I'm going to have to divest all my stocks if I'm going to run for Congress, maybe you should stay home.
New York Democratic Congresswoman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez working with Texas Republican Chip Roy on the Restore Trust in Congress Act, which combines proposals from other bills and would still allow lawmakers to have money held in mutual funds. On Wall Street, a mixed finish. The Dow down just 25 points at the bell. That's well off session lows. The NASDAQ finishing higher. America is listening to Fox News.
Let's see, if something costs less, a lot less, but people are actually happier with it, that sounds like something to look into, and that's MetaShare. Maybe you've heard joining MetaShare can save you or your family up to $500 a month, and that's huge, but it's also true. People are just happier with it. They love being part of something that reflects and promotes their values and what they believe in. MetaShare works, too. It's been around for 30 years now, and members have shared more than $7 billion of each other's bills. People love having telehealth and a huge nationwide PPO network, so yeah, really, you can save a ton and like it better. Imagine being happy with how you're taking care of your health care, whether you're self-employed or part of the gig economy, or you just want a plan that you're happy with. Here you go. You can call right now and get a price within 2 minutes. A very, very smart use of 2 minutes. Here's the number you need. It's 866-89-BIBLE. That's 866-89-BIBLE. 866-89-BIBLE.
Oh, but it's rats. I gotta cut this thing off here. Ah! Oh, how do you get rid of the phone thing on my email? I mean, on my texting. I hit the wrong button, and now I go, oh, God. Kimber, Pete, and Flounder, how's it going? Happy hump day. This day, 2012, internal emails sent by the promoters of Michael Jackson's planned 2009 comeback concerts. The emails saw them voice concerns over his stability and his health. In one email about Michael Jackson sent the day that he appeared in London to announce This Is It shows, he was described as an emotionally paralyzed mess. Michael Jackson had locked himself in his room and was said to be drunk and despondent. It was on this day in 2012. Michael Jackson. Let's see. Our birthday list includes Al Jardine of the Beach Boys. Al Jardine is 83 years old today. And let's see. I was going to do this over there. Oh, crap. I forgot. I was, I'm sorry. I was in the middle. I have a heating and air thing, and my guy's coming over. And so I was in the middle of a thing with the thing. But hold on. I got a little history. I know you don't want to be without your special history note today. For the first time, it was 1777. The American flag flown in battle for the very first time, the Revolutionary War skirmish at Cooch's Bridge in Delaware. The Patriot General William Maxwell ordered the Stars and Stripes banner raised as a detachment of his infantry and cavalry met an advance guard of British and Hessian troops. The rebels were defeated and forced to retreat to General George Washington's main force near Brandywine Creek in Pennsylvania. 3 months earlier, the Continental Congress adopted a resolution. The flag of the United States be 13 alternate stripes, red and white. The Union be 13, white in a blue field with a new constellation, the Stars and Stripes, based on the Grand Union flag, a banner carried by the Continental Army in 1776. 13 red and white stripes. Betsy Ross designed the new one for the Stars and Stripes, a circle of 13 stars in a blue background. Anyway, there you go. First time in battle, apparently. 405, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. How's it going? Boom. Oh, this just in. Speaking of foreign countries doing things with drugs and so forth and the war against America, and by the way, are you nervous about the Russia and China and North Korea all getting together? With the big military show-off thing and how good they are. Well, we'll see. The feds have intercepted 1,300 barrels of meth precursor chemicals shipped from China to Mexico. They made a high-seas interception of hundreds of thousands of pounds of two different chemicals used to make meth, It came from China, was destined to the Sinaloa cartel in Mexico. Janine Pirro, the former Fox woman, who's now the she's the U.S. attorney for D.C., announced it's the largest ever bust of those chemicals shipped to a foreign terrorist organization. Had a news conference today. Tons of chemicals to create synthetic drugs like meth and fentanyl shipped from China to Mexico. Undeclared war against America. 363,000 pounds of Benzil. 330,000 pounds of methylformide, whatever that, anyway, it goes on and on and on. And they, they approached a target supply line for illicit drug manufacturers. It doesn't say how they got them. Yeah, I'm trying to fix it. Just came in. They were loaded onto ships in Shanghai, China, en route to Mexico. Would have gone to America. And how did they get them? It doesn't say. She didn't mention how they found out or whatever. Probably not going to tell us anyway, which is fine. And by the way, I heard on one of those minute-long something or others, part of the news earlier on this very radio station, I don't think I misheard this, but I find it amazing, and I guess it's true. The number one cause of death between Americans 18 to 49 is drug overdoses. Fentanyl and meth drug overdoses. The number one cause of death, 18 to 49. It wouldn't be cancer, wouldn't be heart attacks, heart disease, stuff like that. So car accidents used to be the number one thing, and now it's meth and fentanyl drug overdoses are killing more Americans 18 to 4. This is our generation.
Not our generation.
Well, I know, but it's two generations, the kids and their daddies and mommies. The number one cause of death is meth and fentanyl drug overdoses. That's astounding.
Yeah, I think a pterodactyl just flew over the house.
Oh, really? What, do you see a big shadow or something? Or we got a blimp up there?
It was a huge shadow of something just flew over, and it was massive.
I wonder if the Goodyear blimp's up there doing something in Mountains of Maine.
No,
They got a ball game?
Bird.
A bird.
It had wings.
Oh, my. Oh, maybe a big drone?
No, it was a
real
bird.
A real live bird? Well, it couldn't have been big enough to cover your house.
It was massive.
Well, I think you got a gun ready, right? You shoot the damn thing down, see what the hell.
Probably one of those egrets, those blue egrets. Probably what it was.
Yeah.
Massive.
Yeah. I remember the sand cranes when I was retired down in Florida, man. Those things are freaking vicious, and they're huge. Those bastards are like
Dinosaurs.
4 feet. Oh, my God. They're like 4 feet tall, and they just take over parking lots, golf courses.
This is ours now.
Yeah, that's right. We were here first. Okay. Anyway. Kimber, Pete, and Flounder, how's it going? 404-741-1230, 741-1230. Jen Psaki sticking her nose in it again. This is amazing. These Democrats, they just can't stop. They're freaking communists. They want Donald Trump to die. They wish he were dead. They wish he would die. They hope he dies soon. This is the former liar and communist now on NBC, used to work for the Biden crime family, Jen Psaki, has now donated an entire segment of her latest show, wondering why Donald Trump was in hiding. Flounder, here's a little soundbite of Jen Psaki, if you will, on her show about Donald Trump missing in action, supposedly.
I think cover-up is such a loaded phrase.
Cover-up.
I never saw that person, not a single time.
Fine,
and
Joe
I was
Biden.
in the Oval Office every day. That was on that debate stage. I'm not a doctor. He was a person who told a very long story in the Oval Office, but that was the case 30 years earlier, right? So how do you differentiate? I don't know. Cover-up is a very loaded term. It's a bit of a dangerous term.
That's her supporting Joe Biden. And now on Donald Trump.
He had been basically absent from the public eye since last Tuesday. And that absence, and you may have seen this over the weekend if you looked at any social media platform, prompted quite a wave of online speculation about the president's health and well-being. We may never know why Donald Trump suddenly spent a week hiding entirely from the American public.
Hiding, yeah.
He seriously spends 2 hours a day talking to everybody. He disappears for a few days over Labor Day weekend, and they wish him dead. And they start this crap, and Biden disappeared for 4 years.
For months at a time. He never went to his cabinet meetings. His wife ran the cabinet meetings.
For over a year.
Yeah, he didn't meet his cabinet. It was like 18 months. He did not meet with the cabinet.
And Trump brings the press in to watch him do it.
Pretty much every day. Yeah, hours at a time.
My God. I mean, how do they sleep?
I don't know how they
get up there. How am I going to lie today? How can I spend this today?
I don't know. She said he'd been reluctant to show his face, Donald Trump, in public for a week because of his failure to make people forget about his 15-year friendship with Jeffrey Epstein. I mean, this is their excuse. I mean, this is unbelievable. And, of course, they covered up Biden for all those years. And Psaki has no authority to comment on it because she worked for Biden. And so I never saw anything that he didn't do right. I'm not a doctor, she said. Aging gets you quickly, though.
Doesn't know what a woman is either, I'm sure.
Good grief. I mean, these freaking people are absolutely disgusting.
And you know what? There's no compromise with these people. There's no coming together with these people. They absolutely hate us, and they hate everything we believe in. Yeah. There's no middle ground here.
Yeah. Again, they just sued another federal court, the Fifth Circuit Court, 2-1 ruled that the Democrats sued and won the right to keep the Venezuelan gang members in America.
Where do we compromise on that? we just let half of them stay, or what?
I mean, it's unbelievable. And remember, they just won the right to make sure that those little children would not be reunited with their families back home. They blocked Donald Trump from sending again, these hundreds of children came in unaccompanied. That means their parents put them on with a human trafficker to make it to America on their own. 3, 4, 5, 6, 9-year-old kids. And Donald Trump says, wait a minute now, we're going to send you back home to be with your families like they want. And the courts blocked them. The courts made those children stay in America away from their families. I mean, who thinks of these things? Who would want to sue for those reasons?
Democrats that Gonzalez on a catapult back to communist Cuba because he had to be with his family.
Elian Gonzalez, that's right. Screaming when they put a gun in his face with a finger on the trigger and then denied it. Man, I mean, I'll tell you.
There's no compromise with them. It's either we win or they win.
I know. It's a really shameful. 4:13, cover Pete and Flounder. You want to do some tweets? We got tweets. We got a game. Something coming up here. Whatever you want. We'll figure something out here.
It's almost that time as well, Pete.
Oh, now, wait a minute now. I've done better today. Maybe.
We'll see.
Leave me alone. Get off my back. My book's coming out. Get off my back and leave me alone.
You got a book coming out?
Yeah, it's a new one, yeah.
It's time for the Bortz Report, brought to you by Southern Exteriors, the Southeast premier home exterior solution. Quality and precision you can rely on for over 20 years. Visit southernexteriors.co.
You gotta love Oklahoma. Last time I checked, there was not one single elected Democrat in the whole state. I hope it's still that way, but they've made people mad because now Oklahoma has a teacher qualification test. They want to make sure that teachers in their government schools know a little bit about American history and civics. The left is calling it extremist. They don't like their control of the nation's classrooms being challenged like this. So I have the test in front of me. I'm going to ask you a few questions. See if you could pass them. First question out of the box. According to the Supreme Court, who has the ultimate right to direct a child's education? Multiple choice. The superintendent of schools, the parents, the Board of Education, the Federal Department of Education. What do you think the answer is? It's B, by the way, the parents. This one really pisses off the left. What is the fundamental biological distinction between males and females? Duh. Oh, golly, there's questions about the Constitution. Like this one. What are the first 3 words in the Constitution? Choices: in God we trust, we the people, life, liberty, happiness, the United States. It's we the people. I particularly like this one. Question 25. What did the Emancipation Proclamation do? A, ended prohibition. B, freed Confederate generals. C, freed the slaves in the North. D, ended slavery in the rebelling Confederate States. The answer is D. I dare say most government school teachers wouldn't get that one right. Here's one. From whom does the U.S. government derive its power? The military, the president, the people, the Supreme Court. Answer: the people. You can Google this Oklahoma teacher qualification test. Maybe give it to your kids. Or, if you have the nads for it, give it to your kid's teacher. Neil Bortz, Extra 106.3.
The next big storm isn't a matter of if, it's when. Is your home ready? Southern Exteriors offers free inspections and dependable storm damage repairs with in-house warranties and honest service. Right now, get 10% off any job or 12 months, 0% financing. Hey, it's Tug, and I've met the team at Southern Exteriors. They do things the right way. Call 877-9-SOUTHERN or visit southernexteriors.co. It's 877-9-SOUTHERN or southernexteriors.co.
Yeah,
Are
surprised
you
my
looking for
kids for some
something
pictures.
simple but delicious, sweet but also savory? Discover Schumann Farms Sweet Onions. Schumann Farms is a third-generation family farm with the Real Sweet brand sweet onions. Whether you're grilling, sautéing, or simply adding a fresh crunch to your salad, Schumann Farms has you covered. Look for Schumann Farms Real Sweet brand sweet onions at your grocery store and taste the difference for yourself. Schumann Farms, the Georgia family farm growing tradition and the world's sweetest onions.
Yeah, I surprised my kids for some pictures the other day that are safe and sound. And if you don't have your pictures and medical records and living will, stuff like that, safe and sound, get to Atlanta Safe House. They have a showroom in Akron. They've got almost 200 safes right there. They can design them any way inside. If it's not what you're looking for perfectly, they can make it that way and design anything you need. Pistol safes and gun safes. Don't forget, you don't pay any sales tax on gun safes at all. And they're beauties. They got all the brands. There's always rebates and sales and things going on, so you're going to save a bundle. And please tell them the Kimmer sent you when you check out things like maybe you need a biometric electronic lock. How about barrel racks and things for bows and arrows and files and drawers and jewelry safes and cash safes? And they can rent you a safe. They can, if you have a safe and it's broken, they can reset it. They can fix it and reset your master reset code. And remember, no sales tax on the gun safes. And they've got, check them out on the web. These things are beautiful. And they only use police and off-duty firefighters and military-type folks to deliver it to your office or safe or a home or wherever you need it, because you can trust them the way you can trust Atlanta Safe House, protecting your stuff and your rights. AtlantaSafeHouse.com.
By texting 64,000, you agree to receive recurring automated marketing messages from Real Success. Message and data rates may apply. No purchase required. Terms apply. Available at OurRealSuccess.com.
Do you want to learn how to make money flipping houses and acquiring rental properties right here in Atlanta without using your own money? You'll learn to flip houses and secure rental properties in your spare time to get on track towards real wealth building. We're offering a handful of motivated individuals the opportunity to attend our workshop right here in Atlanta for free. That's right, we'll give you 2 free tickets when you text FLIP to 64,000. Atlanta is the perfect market to flip houses and build rental income. Don't miss this opportunity. Come to a complimentary live 2-hour workshop next week right here in Atlanta and learn how to start making money flipping homes and building long-term wealth with rental properties. To get 2 free tickets, text FLIP to 64,000. Text in the next 10 minutes, and registrants will also receive a free copy of our Funding for Deals guide. Text FLIP to 64,000 for 2 complimentary tickets. Text FLIP to 64,000.
You upgrade your phone, you upgrade your wardrobe, even your lawn. So why not upgrade the part of your home that actually protects your family? Southern Exteriors specializes in roofing, siding, gutters, windows, and they're making it easier than ever before with 10% off any job or 12 months of 0% financing. Hey, it's Tug, and I know the folks at Southern Exteriors. They show up, they do it right, and they stand behind their work. Call them today, 877-9-SOUTHERN, or visit southernexteriors.co.
Dun, 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 dun. Always liked ELO. Tragedy today, though. It was 2010. Mike Edwards, a founding member of ELO. Mike Edwards was killed in a freak accident when a giant bale of hay tumbled down a hill and crashed into his van. Mike Edwards was 62. The cellist, was 1,300-pound bale, rolled down a steep field in Devon, southern England, smashed through a hedge, and careened onto the road. Hit the car and killed him. Mike Edwards played cello with ELO with a 7-piece band led by Jeff Lynne from their first live gig in 1972 until he left in January 75. He quit the band in 75 to become a Buddhist and changed his name to Deva Pramada and made his living by teaching the cello. And Mike Edwards, 25 years later, killed in a hay bale. Got him. Mercy.
The odds of being killed by a bale of hay are astronomical, but not impossible.
This is true. Tough crowd. Let's see. Our birthday list. I got a double thing here. This is kind of a double birthday history thing in all in one whack. Charlie Sheen is 60 years old today. For some reason, I'm laughing about that. Charlie Sheen made it to 60, HIV-positive superstar, it says here. Of course, his shows include the TV thing, 2.5 Men. But listen to some of the movies Charlie Sheen was in and did a good job in, too. Platoon, Hot Shots, Major League, Wall Street, Young Guns, Navy SEALs. I mean, he was in major... And there's a million. I mean, you Google Charlie Sheen movies, you'll be looking for a while.
Yeah,
and
hell of a career.
Very good, excellent career for being a guy who should have, almost lost it a million times. So anyway, that was Charlie Sheen is 60, and now on this day in history, same day in 1995. And this is Flounder's history guy wrote this. In 1995, the ashamed Hispanic that is Charlie Sheen married one Donna Peel on his 30th birthday in 1995. Sadly, this trick for remembering his anniversary didn't pay off, and the unhappy Mr. and Mrs. Sheen were divorced just after their first anniversary. That was 2 wives ago. In 1995. By the way, did you do something new with the headphones? I love my headphone sound all of a sudden, Flounder. Whatever is he? Oh, he's not even in there. Oh, my God, there he is. Did you do something a minute ago, like 25 seconds ago?
No.
I don't know what happened. Something happened, and the sound in my headphones now is mellow and full as opposed to like that. I can't
there you go.
I'm very excited. Ladies and gentlemen, this is I want to now keep talking because it's... Anyway, sorry. 4:23. I'll be fine, really. Anyway, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder, how's it going? Pete Davis. We got a little... Flounder, if you're... I'm sorry. Yeah. I got to bring you back to the... I'm sorry. He's trying to answer the phone maybe back there. We got to get him a studio assistant for the back part of the room or something. Anyway, 4:23. Here we go. Johnny Olson, let's get our next contestant here on The Price is Outrageous with the Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. Pete Davis, what do you got there? A little game time here with Roscoe the umpire, the Blue Monster, whatever.
Well, you mentioned a monkey earlier.
I did.
Beating the Wall Street people, right?
Yes. Yes.
It's time to play 3 strikes again, and once again, it's a monkey-themed bet.
Oh, boy. Okie dokie.
Ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right.
Yeah.
You ever wanted to own a monkey?
I'm sorry, say again now? Flounder, a little bit.
Have you ever wanted to own a monkey?
Until I actually met a guy who owns a monkey, and his life is the monkey. 24 hours a day.
All right. There's several states in the United States that you can legally own a monkey. Just go get one.
Yeah.
Just go buy a monkey.
All right.
Don't need a permit or anything. You just go get one.
Wow.
The Flounder starts first. Name me the states that you can legally have a monkey.
Arkansas,
you have to have a permit, so I'm going to give you that. So that's not a strike there. All right, Kimmer, it's your turn.
Georgia. Our comedian friend who used to show up at the shows with his monkey.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Remember? And by the way...
There's a picture of me with him on it.
Absolutely. And and it's 24 hours every minute of every day. Because they don't just, you don't just say, go to bed, honey, and I'll see, wake up at 9 in the morning. It's 24 hours a day, diapers and changing. I mean, it was a night. Anyway, so I say Georgia. Now, wait a minute. He's got a monkey.
Illegal. It's illegal to own a monkey in the state of Georgia now. Maybe he was illegally owning it. I don't know.
Ex post facto or something, but he's got that money. Maybe he moved. Maybe he had to move.
Well,
I can't believe it.
That's one strike. Flounder, it's your turn. Name a state that you can own a monkey.
New York.
New York. You cannot own a monkey and a minky in New York. No, you cannot.
Oh, you know what? It's got to be Nevada with all the showbiz acts. I have to allow a monkey in Nevada, I would think.
That's right, Kimmer. Nevada is one of the states that you can own a monkey.
I'll be damned.
So you're still tied at 1 apiece. Flounder, it's your turn. Flounder, quit looking monkeys.
No.
You're monkeying with the game.
Yeah,
buddy.
I can see the video here, mister.
What about Texas?
Yes, sir. You can own a minky in Texas. You can own a person in Texas, I think.
I'll be damned.
Kimmer, it's your turn.
Well, I would say, let's see. I'll bet the state of Washington. With Portland, Seattle.
Washington. You cannot
not Portland
own
anyway.
a monkey in Washington.
Oh, crap.
2 strikes for Kimmer. Flounder, it's your turn.
All right, what about Colorado?
Colorado, you cannot own.
Ooh.
So you're
Okay.
both tied at 2 apiece.
All
Kimmer?
right. I will say Louisiana. They've been monkeying around that
Louisiana?
freaking state. Sink to the ground.
You have 3 strikes now, Kimmer.
Yeah.
So all Flounder has to do is name a state that you can own a monkey.
There we go.
And he
What
wins.
about Florida?
Minky. Florida, of course you can own a monkey. You can own all the monkeys you want.
There you are.
In Florida, and Flounder is the winner.
You know, I've never won anything in my life, including these contests. Not one ever.
Well, you picked Washington. That's a liberal state.
I know, that's what I figure. Liberal states, you can own anything. You know, earn aardvarks if you feel like
No,
it.
it's the quite opposite. They don't let you have freedom to do what you want. Texas and Florida does, though.
Well, see, you know, I don't know. I'm not good. I'm not good. Let's say it. That's fine. 427. Can repeat.
Flounder's wiping the floor with you. With
He
his
is.
hands.
It's true. I got nothing. But, you know, so lot, it doesn't mean anything to guys. So.
Oh, yeah, Daddy. I swear I know her.
Let's see. I came across this story. Actually, this was a couple of days ago. This kind of story came out, and I heard something this morning on the radio that reminded me of what's going on with AI. And every once in a while, we come across some AI stuff, and it's becoming more and more frequent because we keep hearing about more and more things happening with Graham and Grok and Rudy and apparently now there are some child pediatric behavioral specialists who are very concerned with AI stuffed animals. These new plushies are AI toys that are available. They're called Grem, Grok, and Rudy, are designed to bond with kids through voice and conversation. Instead of replacing screen time, they may replace something far more important, the role of parents and peers in emotional development. Now, think about this. We're talking about live, actual reaction in real time. It used to be, and we're not talking about the, pull my string Elmo where, you pull a string. Hi, I'm Elmo. You want to be my friend? Well, pull a string. Hi, I hope you're a good person. That's not it. This is when you have a toy and you say, hey, you want to play a game? And the toy says, sure, what would you like to play? Oh, I don't know, something involving maybe outdoors. Hey, I got an idea. Let's go get some. It's a live conversation with toys for children. If the attachments shift to chatbots, kids may learn to trust machines more than people. Kids between 3 and 6 trust robots more than humans, even when the robots give them the wrong answer. Researchers have proved it. The kids believe the robots. It undermines how kids build empathy, learn to question, and develop critical thinking. There are also privacy concerns. Parents don't realize these personalized AI toys record conversations, store the information. They change the wiring of the human brain in children. Now think about this. Unlike TV or passive media like books, where you have to, you're sitting there and the TV, well, not books, but TV, you sit there and you're passively accepting the TV stuff. AI plushies respond in real time, adapting to a kid's questions, stories, and moods. And that's pretty powerful. It encourages curiosity and vocabulary and growth and creativity, but it crowds out human interactions. Subtle facial expressions, pauses, and no's that children need to experience to learn empathy and resilience. AI companions are also trained to be charming and agreeable. Instead of challenging a kid's thinking like kids do when they're playing together, these sycophantic toys simply tell kids what they want to hear and nudge children toward believing comforting lies instead of having to ask hard questions.
But if you keep the kid away from the robot, does that put them behind the kids that are merging with the robots and getting along with them?
Probably. That's a problem. But I mean, in my doctor's office today, this woman with this heart echo machine thing. I mean, you know, I'm watching my heart beat. I'm seeing the waves of every vibration of the pulses and all this kind of stuff, and hearing all the sounds. And it's all the new technology is just amazing. And I said to her, you know, before I said, one day they're going to have a machine where you just standing there like you do at the airport for a scanning thing, and the machine will tell you exactly what's going on, what you need, how your lipids are doing, and it'll read your blood and everything else, and all your oxygen levels, and all boom, bam, pow. And you're going to be relying on the machine to tell you about your health and making decisions based on what that machine says.
Well, the echocardiogram's been around for quite a while. I don't think that's robotic in that sense.
No, but again, but it's even more. I mean, this machine she had is like the latest thing, and you know, pushing all the dials and the buttons and the dingly. I mean, it was really unbelievable. I mean, and then they
Is this the first one you've ever done?
No, I've done them. I've done them before, but
this
this was new. This was even more elaborate. It seemed. Anyway, I you know, whatever. And then she wanted me to take the IV. Well, we could get a clearer picture. If we give you the IV, you don't have. I said, no, I'm not doing the IV. You know, this just, you know, charge another $5,000 to Humana or you know, something like that. Or you know, what's not welfare? What do you call when I have government health thing?
Medicare.
Medicare A and B and Humana. And anyway, so I said, no, I'm not taking that. Plus, I found out when I had my heart attack that my reaction to the dye they put in there is very bad. I was not happy. That's the only thing I'm allergic to. And then I said, and then when she called, and by the way, they were great. I'm sorry, Flounder, no blame. The nurse, a doctor lady called me a little while ago during the show and said, by the way, we'd like to, we got your results. Everything seems pretty good. And I said, well, then I don't mean my next appointment then, do I? And she said, well, the next appointment's in 2 weeks to, you know, as a follow-up. I said, follow-up to what? You just told me everything's fine. I don't need to come again. So I talked them out of having me go for another appointment. So, because, you know, I mean, they just go one after another. It's what they do. And I don't need it, so I don't want to waste their time and all the money and the time. I'm working, I tell you. I can't be taking time off from work.
They're probably not out for your health or anything. They're probably not doing Sunday.
Well, by the way, I told her, I said, you people are so sweet. I love you for not wanting to take care of my health, and I appreciate what you're doing, but I'm not coming to the next appointment. I'm 4:23. What's that? 4:33 already. Holy smokes. Look out.
The Kimmer Show is live until 6 p.m. and Extra 106.3 has the rest of your night covered with Jesse Kelly up next. Fox Across America with Jimmy Fela at 9 p.m. and The Guy Benson Show at midnight. All live on Extra 106.3 and the Extra app.
You know, I'm lucky I haven't needed David Van Sant yet, but I've come close on that chopper. And my car, things happen on the road out there, especially all the, you know, the new traffic circles and yielding things and double the lane disappear. Anyway, if you've had a problem on the road and somebody's arguing with you over who did what to what, instead of arguing with the insurance companies, let David Van Sant do it. Because one, he used to work for him, so he knows all the deals. Two, he's a super lawyer. He's on literally the Georgia super lawyer list. He's on it, been on it for years and years. They're one of the top 100 trial lawyers in Georgia, too. So he gets the job done, and they all know it. So they're not messing with David Van Sant. And things are complicated. You know, insurance policies are rich, so we've all used insurance companies, and bless them because, you know, we need them. However, they don't want to pay more than they have to, and David Van Sant tends to make them pay a lot more than they want to. It's complicated. He'll take care of it for you. And this is, you know, he's a personal injury lawyer. If something else happened to you and you've been wronged and you need your money and someone's cheating you badly, hey, David Van Sant, that's what he does for a living. Here's the number, 855-GA-INJURY. Online, vansantlaw.com.
Hey, this is John Flading from ATL Turfco. We're a family-owned and operated independent local company here in the Atlanta area. We've been in business for over 15 years. We install several different types of artificial grass. One is landscape, which looks like real grass for your lawn. The next one is pet turf. Pet turf is a little bit shorter than landscape, and it's more durable. And the other one is putting greens. If you can dream it, we can build it. Just go to atlturfco.com to schedule an appointment. appointment.
My name is Patrick, and I'm the Military Outreach Manager at the Warrior Alliance. I served in the U.S. Army as an airborne ranger and deployed to several combat zones in support of the global war on terror. Veterans bring excellence through our work ethic, skills, and civic duty. However, transitioning to civilian life can be difficult, as we all share a loss of purpose when leaving the military. Returning veterans have earned and deserve our support so they can thrive on their journey home. The Warrior Alliance understands the challenge and is helping warriors navigate to success after service. Join us in changing thousands of lives for the better. Donate today at thewarrioralliance.org.
Hey, it's Los. We're here with Tom Mitchell, the honest car guy. Tom, I've learned a lot about this car buying process from you. Is that typical of most of the clients you've worked with?
Yeah, I'm finding out it's even more typical. I mean, people are learning more and more, and maybe it's because I overload them with information because I want to be able to sleep at night. I want to make sure you know everything.
Do I have to have a particular make and model in mind when I call you, or is it just open to anything I want?
It's open. I can get any make, any year, any model.
I might be looking to trade in my vehicle. Can you accommodate that as the honest car guy?
For sure. I mean, we love it when people want to trade in cars because, honestly, it's best for you to trade in the car. Why? Because you get a tax savings.
Friends, if you're in the market for a pre-owned car, truck, or SUV, get an honest car buy from the honest car guy. You pay what we pay, plus an honest fee, and we back that up by giving you the bill of sale. That's our transparency guarantee. Call 844-SHOW-ME-1. That's 844-SHOW-ME, the number 1, or visit honestcarguy.com.
Hi, it's Pete Davis, and football is back. An Underdog is the best place to make picks and win money all season long. And the best part, you can play right here in Georgia. Playing on Underdog is easy. Just pick whether your favorite players will go higher or lower on stats like touchdowns, passing yards, interceptions, and more. Get your picks right, and you can win up to 5,000 times your cash. And you can start with as little as $1. I play too. This week, I'm looking at the Tampa Bay Atlanta game, and Drake London going higher on his receiving yards, and Michael Penix Jr. higher on his touchdown passes. It's simple, it's extremely entertaining, and it keeps me locked into every play, and good for you too. Basically, it makes football even more fun. Download the app today and sign up with promo code 1063 to score $50 and bonus funds when you play your first $5. That's promo code 1063. Millions of fans have already won billions making picks on Underdog. Will you be next? Underdog. Make picks, win money.
Must be 18 plus and present in Georgia. Terms apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com/web/play and get terms _DFS_.html for details. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org.
Gentlemen, listen up. When it's not hard, it's really hard. Did you know that 50% of men over 50 have some form of ED? It's true, and I'm one of them. ED followed me everywhere. Heck, even my initials are ED. I'm Dr. Eric Deal from Total Body Therapy of Georgia, and I know ED. It can lead to feelings of embarrassment, stress, and sadness. But there's good news. I can fix it. I fixed mine, and I can fix yours too. At Total Body Therapy of Georgia, we are experts in the P-shot, testosterone replacement, regenerative therapy, Trimix to create an erection, and more. Guys, ED won't get better on its own, but I can help you today. Call us at 404-777-1911. That's 404-777-1911, or learn about us more online at tbtofga.com. So take it from me, ED, Dr. Eric Deal at Total Body Therapy of Georgia. Call 404-777-1911 or online at tbtofga.com.
Promises made, promises kept. The president is making the economy great again. He's securing the border for America's safety, and the mainstream media still wants to tear him down.
The media wants Donald Trump to fail. That's their goal. That's how they'll report his progress.
But we know the truth, and we give you the perspective that other stations won't. Atlanta's only conservative voice is Extra 106.3 FM and the Extra app.
Madonna. I've got a couple of her songs on my magic music stick. 2009, Madonna's Sticky and Sweet. We're talking about the grossing tour. They call it Sticky and Sweet. The highest grossing tour ever for a solo artist, made about $400 million. 2009 Madonna, $400 million. She was 51. Performed in 32 countries. Holiday. Celebrate, or whatever it's called. Anyway, Madonna. I have Like a Prayer. I love that song, Like a Prayer. I'm down on my knees. Right there. Great song, I thought. Anyway, kind of kinky. A little too much for me. Birthday list includes Steve Jones, the Sex Pistols guitarist. Steve Jones is 70 years old today. And on this day in history, what a development completely by accident on this day in 1928. Sir Alexander Fleming was a young bacteriologist when an accidental discovery led to one of the great developments of modern medicine on this day in 1928. The doctor, Sir Alexander Fleming, had left a plate of Staphylococcus bacteria uncovered in the lab. And then Fleming noticed that a mold that had fallen onto the culture had killed many of the bacteria. He identified the mold as Penicillium notatum, similar to the mold found on bread. In 1929, Fleming introduced his mold byproduct called penicillin to cure bacterial infections. Strictly by accident. I mean, wow. And what has penicillin done to how many billions of lives would not have been in the future if drugs like that hadn't been found? I mean, really.
They made me take it once a day for like 9 years when I was a kid.
Yeah. Wow. Kira, Pete, and Flounder, how's it going? 441, here's the number, 404-741-1230, 741-1230. Well, the Jeffrey Epstein case is getting bigger and bigger again. The victims are calling for more justice and want to have the files released. And they're also, we'll sound them a little bit later on again, in case you missed it earlier, demanding, they have their own list of people, and they're going to start releasing stuff. So, and Marjorie Taylor Greene's in on it, and we'll talk more about that, too. Also, that boat blown up in the freaking Caribbean. Honestly, I can't stop. I just can't. I wish there was some insider who would be able to share what happened in the next cartel meeting when some director of boat security is saying he wants some volunteers to set the next boatload of drugs across the Caribbean. Yeah, that should be pretty. I mean, God. And this is pretty funny. I don't know whether you saw this. Interior Secretary Doug Burgum. Was he the governor of South Carolina? Or
South Dakota.
South Dakota, I think it was, yeah.
Or North Dakota.
North Dakota. South Dakota, I think.
No, the woman's
North Dakota.
No one
yeah,
was.
Kristi Noem. Yeah, no, North Dakota. Yeah, sorry, I'm an idiot. Did I say South Carolina?
Yes, you did.
No, I know it's just my brain gone. No, I was thinking of Dakotas. Anyway, you ever been to the Dakota? I love driving through the Dakotas, man. Just wild. The Black Hills, there's, the foothills. Oh, just beautiful. Anyway,
2 of the 5 states I have never been to.
Really? Oh, yeah, really? You'll see roundups on men on horseback. Movement too, I suppose. With cattle, you'll see wild buffalo. I mean, it was astounding. The Black Hills.
No, you won't.
I did before. Maybe not
bison.
Anymore. Bison. Well, the actual bison. Okay, Doug Burgum was on a podcast. That girl who does it, who I really like, is called Pod Force One, with that girl who's the reporter for the New York Post, and Miranda Devine. Anyway, she's terrific. Everything about her is just spectacular. Smart, clever, got balls. I mean, she's the one who broke everything about Hunter laptop and all that, Epstein, all that stuff. Anyway, Doug Burgum was on her podcast, and he tells the story of how he was a future North Dakota governor, began a business when he was a senior at North Dakota State University 50 years ago. He started a business because he said the energy crisis meant that more people could not afford gas and heat for their homes, so they started burning wood again. So Doug Burgum, as a senior in college, started a chimney sweep company. The price of oil doubled. People couldn't afford to heat their homes. I saw an opportunity. And so, with that in the background, he had a side job, published a rugged profile of him as an undergrad. It was a picture of me, he said, sitting on top of a chimney, black and white photo, high above the ground. It was 0 degrees Fahrenheit, steam coming out. There was ice everywhere. I took a photocopy in the early days of that, photocopied that, put it on top of my applications for school. And when he was applying to business school, he revealed how he got admitted to every single one to which he applied. He talked about him being a black, what do they call them, blackies or the the chimney sweeps or whatever. He said this. He recalled the application answer he submitted to more than a half a dozen MBA programs. He said, well, I was looking for a job where I could move up fast and always stay in the black. And he said because of that answer, he got invited to every single one. Harvard, Dartmouth, Northwestern, Virginia, Chicago, because he was a chimney sweep and everybody needed one. And that's how he cleverly got the job. Anyway, among other things. Plus, he was probably worth it. I mean, what a thought. At that time, he said he was a college kid. He said, well, people are starting to burn wood. Hell, we'll start a chimney sweep thing here. And, wow. Anyway, 4:45 already. Cover Payton Flounder. How's your hump day? 106.3. Hope you can join us if you feel like it. We'll be here.
Stream Atlanta's only conservative voice anywhere you go with the Extra 106.3 app. Now equipped with Apple CarPlay. That means you'll always have Extra's crystal clear HD stream right on your dashboard no matter where you are. Download the all-new Extra 106.3 app now and start streaming.
Convenience is defined as the state of being able to proceed with something with little effort or difficulty. At RBM of Atlanta, we embody this definition. Convenience is our middle name. With back to school in full swing and after school activities taking over all your available time, now more than ever, convenience is a must-have. Meet our Mercedes-Benz pickup and delivery service. It gives you back time and money. Does your Mercedes-Benz need service? If so, we'll pick up your vehicle that's requiring service from your home or office and bring it back to our dealership for those services. Once the services have been complete, we'll bring your Mercedes-Benz back to you. With over 110 appointments available every weekday, over 50 appointments on Saturdays, and more than 200 courtesy vehicles in our fleet, we're here to serve. RBM of Atlanta is a J.D. Power 2025 Diamond Dealer of Excellence for the customer sales experience. We're proud to be Atlanta's Mercedes-Benz connection since 1964. Pickup and delivery service restrictions do apply. Ask your service coordinator or service advisor at RBM of Atlanta for details.
Time now for the Retire Wise Report. James Parker here with financial advisor Sean Maloney, founder and CEO of Retire Wise. The big question for many of our listeners as they approach retirement is, will I be okay in retirement? Sean, how do you help someone figure out if they've saved enough to be comfortable?
Great question. There is a lot of different aspects to this, but the biggest thing is looking at risk. Look, there's a lot of different risks to your money, like market risk, there's healthcare costs, inflation, and taxes. All those need to be accounted for. Many people worry if they've saved enough. Am I going to outlive my money? Strategies to help preserve your wealth can be more important than the dollar amount that you saved. Get an analysis of your situation to help you get that clarity that you need.
Tell us about the offer you have for listeners.
If you're worried about if you'll be okay for retirement, you probably don't have a plan. You might not even know what I mean when I'm talking about, do you have a retirement plan? Well, we have a great resource for you guys. We have what's called the Retire Happy Framework Toolkit, and you can get that by calling or texting WISE to 770-802-2200. My team helped me put this thing together just for you, and it's a complimentary guide. And the center of this is a copy of my latest book, The Priority of Retirement. It has chapters from everything from investments to Social Security, income planning, and has other guides that go along with it as well, with some checklists in regards to all those different strategies and topics as well. So if you want to get that information in your hands today, call or text WISE to 770-802-2200. That's 770-802-2200.
Take advantage of this offer. Get your Retire Happy Framework today. Like Sean said, just text WISE to 770-802-2200. The team at Retire Wise will get you your Retire Happy Framework right away. So just call or text WISE to 770-802-2200. Investment advisory services made available through AE Wealth Management, LLC, a registered investment advisor.
2,400 customers without power in South Carolina.
Newberry, Michigan expected to be without power for 24 hours.
Over 25,000 people without power in Cleveland, Ohio.
These are real headlines from just the last few days. Power outages are happening more often, and they're getting worse. If you don't have a backup generator, it's time to get one. But gas generators They're loud, smelly, and produce dangerous carbon monoxide. The Grid Doctor 3300 solar generator from My Patriot Supply is different. It's whisper quiet, requires no fuel, and it's safe to use indoors. Best of all, My Patriot Supply is offering an incredible deal for listeners of this station. When you go to mypatriotsupply.com and order a Grid Doctor 3300, they'll include a free expansion battery that doubles your backup power at no additional cost. Go to mypatriotsupply.com now and get prepared. That's mypatriotsupply.com.
Oh, thank you. I really like his acting. Justin Timberlake. I don't care about his music, but he's a good actor. The movie with Clint Eastwood, Trouble with the Curve, stuff like that. Anyway, Justin Timberlake on this day in 2006, Timberland was at number 1 in Britain with Sexy Back, his first British number 1 hit. Justin Timberlake, the track won him and Timbaland the 2007 Grammy Award, Best Dance Recording, was the longest-running number 1 single of 2006 on the Billboard 100 chart. Holy smoke, this song? 7 weeks, number 1, the longest-running single of the entire year of 2006. This song. Okay? I don't. Do you remember this song? Was this a big song for you as a kid, Flounder? You were 20 or something?
No, this is not a big song for me.
It's amazing. Number 1, longest-lasting number 1 of the year. Okay. Let's see. A little birthday thing here for you. Ashley Jones. Oh, my Mr. Phone, there's a thing there. Ashley Jones is a soap opera actress. Ashley Jones is 49. She was in Young and the Restless, Bold and Beautiful, True Blood. Anyway, happy birthday, Ashley Jones, a pretty blonde type female personage. And on this day, speaking of show business, on this day in 1951, it was the American daytime TV show Search for Tomorrow, beginning its longest run on this day in 1951 on CBS. The show's original sponsors were Procter & Gamble's Joy and Spick & Span, which helped the soap opera earn its name as a soap opera. That's how they got the name, by the sponsors of Procter & Gamble, Joy dishwashing liquid, and Spick & Span. Tomorrow, the show, Search for Tomorrow, began as a 15-minute serial and was shown live until March of 1967, began in 1951. The show went from black and white to color in September 67, then became a half-hour show in September of 68. On March 29th, 1982, the Search for Tomorrow made the big move from CBS to NBC, and in August of 83, both the master and backup copy of Tomorrow got lost, and the cast had to do the show live for the first time in 16 years. Their last airing of Search for Tomorrow was in December of 1986. It was during that time that Search for Tomorrow held the record for the longest-running non-news program on TV. Was later broken by some Hallmark Hall of Fame specials, but Search for Tomorrow began in 1951 and lasted a long time. 4:53, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. Excuse me. Fannie Willis still getting caught being a skank liar. Fannie the Floozy, the uppity schmuppity Fulton County DA, who was what a nasty, snotty performance she put on when she was in court. The whole case when the Donald Trump thing was going on and the lawsuits and everything else. Just a despicable, a scandalous, bad example to black women everywhere, and a scandalous, horrible example to female lawyers everywhere, let alone prosecutors. Well, Fannie the Floozy apparently now has been told to keep looking for those records you pretended you couldn't find. The Superior Court judge says you didn't turn. You were supposed to give over records about your meetings with the people at the White House concerning the January 6th Select Committee and how you went after Donald Trump with help from the White House under Joe Biden. You also didn't pay the legal fees of $22,000 you were supposed to, and they had made her fail pay that. And now the judge says you still need to come up with these records. The lawsuit, which was filed by Judicial Watch, is about collusion and collaboration with Congress and the Justice Department. Jack Smith, their very existence shows they were talking to him. And the judge says it was response to affidavit by Willis that she failed to address the searches, couldn't find the stuff belonging to her lover, Nathan Wade, and her investigator, Michael Hill. We just can't find all the information. Oh, really? The judge said, you didn't really look for it now, did you? I mean, it's just scandalous. She'll probably be mayor of Atlanta one day. The thumb in her nose said, she went after Donald Trump with the White House's help. Talk about setting up a man to get rid of him for political purposes with political big shots as high as they go, the president of the United States after another president of the United States. Astounding. And then now another judge says, where are the records? You still didn't do the records. I mean, she's saying, screw you. This is Fulton County. Yeah, and I love it. That fat slob governor of Illinois, Pritzker, and these guys, and the mayor of Chicago. What a nimrod! He's lately again, even today, is blaming red states for the guns that end up in Chicago committing the crimes, as though the people have nothing to do with it. And he forgets that it's the liberal Democrat mayors of the blue cities in the red states that are responsible. And by the way, isn't it interesting that the mayor of Chicago just admitted that there are so many guns coming into a state that they're getting away with having gangsters bring in guns to his state. So therefore, you're admitting that you cannot stop criminals from getting guns in the city of Chicago or the state of Illinois. So isn't that really on you? Gee, maybe you should call for somebody to help you stop the guns coming into Illinois. I don't know. Gee, maybe federal agents, officers, National Guard. I mean, this is amazing. He just admitted they have so many guns coming into our city, we don't know. We can't stop it. Gee, maybe you should try to, stop it. Is that me? Just me? Or isn't that...
You can't stop guns from coming in. It's impossible.
I know, but what an idiot to claim that it's you damn red states have all the guns. Like, yeah, all the gangbangers drive down to, Texas and Georgia and get the guns and then sell them at the gun shops. And, I mean, it's just like...
If you took out the top 4 cities for gun crime, we'd be like 200th. Yeah. Not 200, but we're way down the list of the Earth's countries.
That's right.
And gun violence. It's only like 4 cities that's driving everything.
Yeah, that's right. And most of them don't report all their... In fact, if they just got caught in New York and Chicago, among others, just got caught again recently when they were calling murders undetermined. And so the murder rate, if the death is not a murder, it's listed as undetermined, then the murder rate doesn't change because it's not a murder. And they got caught doing that. Just latest things that just came out.
And felonies become misdemeanors.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Just change the charge. It makes the stats look better. The people know better. The people who live there know better. Chicago's demanding Donald Trump do something. Anyway, 4:57. Another Flounders Funny, I'll bet you back. Here's one now.
I don't know why my wife continues to ask every year, what do you want for your birthday? What do I always want for my birthday? What's every man in here want for his birthday? The same thing every woman in here doesn't want for her birthday. Never one time has my wife said, you know what, this year, forget the flowers, forget the presents. Why don't you just lock that door and take me to Squeal Town? But it's what every guy wants. You can be visiting your 90-year-old grandpa in the nursing home. Be like, happy birthday, Papa. Is today my birthday? Sure is. Well, help me get my pants off.
Mr. Jeff Foxworthy.
Jeff Foxworthy, classic. Is he doing stuff lately? Is he just retired now, or is he still? I don't even have any idea what happened to him.
I'm not sure if he's still touring or not, but I know he's still doing his thing.
You know what? Isn't it amazing? What a terrific local guy. Everybody loves him, as far as I know. He is friendly and happy with people, even guys like me. And what a thing he came up with. You might be a redneck if. And that lasted for and still does for decades. It was funny.
I guess
in the beginning.
In 2025, he's still doing stand up, and I guess he's got a podcast that's on Sirius XM, so he's still doing his thing.
Oh, cool. Well, I'm happy for him. I really salute his success. Terrific guy. Kimber, Pete, and Flounder, 404-741-1230. This was an important day in history in 1995. The online auction site eBay was founded in San Jose, California by Pierre Omidyar under the name Auction Web. And I have a little history thing here that says eBay was founded by the guy because his fiance couldn't find a Pez dispenser to complete her collection. So, eBay. You can find pretty much anything on eBay, I guess. Anyway, it's coming up on 5 o'clock. Holy crap at sports. Another Flounder's funny and tweets, and we got it all with the Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder on Hump Day 106.3. Look out.
The Morning Extra. Glenn Beck, Clay and Buck, and The Kimmer Show on WFOM and W292EV Marietta on Dickey Broadcasting Station. Extra 106.3.
A big ruling for Harvard. I'm Lisa Brady, Fox News. A federal judge just siding with the Ivy League school in a fight over research grants cut by the Trump administration. The judge ordering the reversal of more than $2 billion in cuts, ruling that they amounted to illegal retaliation for Harvard University rejecting White House demands to change its policies. The administration targeting several schools over their handling of pro-Palestinian protests and anti-Semitism on campus. 3 other Ivy League schools recently announced deals with the administration, and Harvard is still working on one. An expanded crime crackdown still in the works.
Following a surge of federal law enforcement and a National Guard deployment in D.C., President Trump has suggested federal intervention in Chicago over the objection of the governor of Illinois.
So we're making a determination now. Do we go to Chicago, or do we go to a place like New Orleans, where we have a great governor, Jeff Landry, who wants us to come in?
The president says his administration could straighten out crime in New Orleans in 2 weeks.
Fox's Jared Halpern at the White House, the president criticizing Democrat mayors and governors for resisting. The House kills a motion to punish a congresswoman over a confrontation at an ICE facility.
Several Republicans joined House Democrats in a motion to table a censure resolution against Congresswoman LaMonica McIver. The resolution would have also removed the New Jersey Democrat from the Homeland Security Committee. The Congresswoman is facing charges from the Department of Justice after entering an ICE facility in New Jersey. The DOJ alleges she assaulted a law enforcement officer, while she claims she was the one who was assaulted and says the charges are political. Republican Don Bacon tells Fox News Radio he feels it's best to let the Ethics Committee finish its report on the incident.
Fox's Ryan Schmelz on Capitol Hill. America is listening to Fox News.
Let's see, if something costs less, a lot less, but people are actually happier with it, that sounds like something to look into, and that's MetaShare. Maybe you've heard joining MetaShare can save you or your family up to $500 a month, and that's huge, but it's also true. People are just happier with it. They love being part of something that reflects and promotes their values and what they believe in. MetaShare works, too. It's been around for 30 years now, and members have shared more than $7 billion of each other's bills. People love having telehealth and a huge nationwide PPO network, so yeah, really, you can save a ton and like it better. Imagine being happy with how you're taking care of your health care, whether you're self-employed or part of the gig economy, or you just want a plan that you're happy with. Here you go. You can call right now and get a price within 2 minutes. A very, very smart use of 2 minutes. Here's the number you need. It's 866-89-BIBLE. That's 866-89-BIBLE. 866-89-BIBLE.
Let's get it together, ladies. Left shoulder, right of blank. Ready on your dog target. Help, road guards out. Stand by. It's only me. It's only the Kimmer House. Go on. But Pete Davis and Flounder on 106.3 Hump Day on the farm of Atlanta. It's 503, almost 504. 404-741-1230 if you want to join us. 404-741-1230. The lottery is like $1.3 billion. Did we lose Pete? Oh, there he is. Oh, I hear a little feedback, Flounder. I don't know if that's just me or everything all right in there. Again, not a feedback, a repeat there. What do you think?
Echo?
Echo, yeah. Echo. Sorry. Anyway, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. The lottery, tonight's Powerball is going to be about $1.3 billion. And again, we tried to figure this out just for the record. If you win and take the lump sum, it's likely that you may walk away with $400 or $500 million out of $1.3 billion, which means the government would be taking almost $1 billion away in taxes. Like $900 million would be gone if you win the lottery and take the lump sum. Thereabout. I mean, that's
stealing.
That's unbelievable. I mean, seriously.
That's absolutely stealing. Yeah. And we know how wasteful they are with the money now. And so where's the damn money going?
Well, that's the $64,000 question is exact. There needs to be some kind of a cost accounting of exactly where the money went. If the check was made and then the government takes out, almost $1 billion. Well, actually, the feds take out some, then the state takes out some. But still, the feds would be taking out, hundreds of millions of dollars. Where did it go? Where is it? We need the Doge people on this stuff. I mean, every
what are they doing with the money?
Yeah, every penny should be accounted for. Where does the government put? Does it go into the general fund?
Should go? They say the whole thing was doing it for education.
Hope scholarships
Every red
in Georgia.
cent of that should go right back into the education budget.
Right.
And none of these teachers should be having to buy their own utensils and pencils and paper and rubber and and erasers and all that stuff. None of that.
Yeah.
There's plenty of money to supply them with the stuff they need.
Yeah, absolutely. In fact, there was just the other day the teachers were complaining the average cost of a teacher going back to school to buy supplies for her school kids in her homeroom is something like $2,000.
It's ridiculous.
For the
amount of, and by the way, their teachers' unions wasted $40+ million on Democratic candidates.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. There's with the money available to take care of education in this country, there's no excuse for why a classroom has more than about 10 kids in it. Every kid has a computer and a hookup and a guide and a counselor and a tutor. There's no way that any kid should
and
not.
a cop standing outside.
That's right. That's right. And the greatest schools you ever saw, playgrounds and organizations for searching, exploring, and thinking and researching, and I mean just being exposing yourself to the things you need to learn to modern life. I mean it's just unbelievable. There shouldn't be there should not be a bad park in America. There should be spaces for people to be. All the money that we waste in this country for political reasons, it's just astounding.
And overseas, the place like Ukraine, we don't know where the damn money's gone.
That's right. The USAID debacle and scandal showed an awful lot of that. And again, I mean, think about the money. $1.3 billion lottery, and the taxes will probably take at least $800 million right off the top between state and federal taxes. And where's the money go? $800 million. Flounder, you got a little something?
Yeah, Lewis is on the horn. He wanted to chime in on this.
Hey, Lewis, thanks for joining us, sir. What's going on? What do you think?
Buenas tardes, amigos. Doing well.
Excellent.
Hola. With this whole school thing, they make us pay for tissues and Lysol napkins and all these things and extra stuff that doesn't make any sense. That me as a child growing up, I never had to have my mom pay for Kleenex tissues and extra markers and erasers and things for the teachers. And I think it's pretty pathetic that we have a system in place that is forcing us as parents to provide these supplies for the teachers, man.
I
mean, it's bad enough they raise our property taxes each and every year. It's not like it's ever going to go down. I mean, it's just ridiculous. But yeah, if I win the lotto, man, my dream was to always be to create an environment for single dads who pay child support and do not have a real steady place to live. I think that's been one of my dreams if I ever win the lotto, man, because I was one of those single dads that had to pay a ton crap of child support at some point and didn't have a place to go, sleeping from couch to couch trying to make it.
Wow.
But anyway.
Well, I hope you win, man. I appreciate it. I hope you win. I think that's, and we all, I would have a plan if I, obviously take care of your kids and your family and stuff. What do I need? $1 million the rest of my life, maybe? I mean, so the rest of it's going to give it all away, man.
About 20,000, you could probably go.
I figure. Well, as it is now, I can live the rest of my life on what I have in my nest egg right now. If I'm dead by next February. So, I got that going for me.
Who hasn't laid in bed and thought what you would do with the money?
Yeah.
Come on. First thing you should
take care of the
is
family.
get an accountant.
Yeah, well, there are several
to tell
accountants.
you what to do with it.
Well, I'd say, okay, accountant number one, what would you have me do with this money? Accountant number two, what would you have me do with it? I mean, I wouldn't just say, here, let me pick a guy out of the blue. I mean, I got a guy.
I pay as few taxes as possible to this out-of-control federal empire.
Yeah. I mean, seriously, think about all that money. $1.3 or maybe even $1.4 billion tonight's drawing, and most of it will be gone in taxes before anyone ever sees it. Now, we don't know where it goes. You would think that you think that the lottery would be so proud to point out where it goes that they would advertise. By the way, when you buy a ticket, this is where that money goes every single time. Percentages, the breakdown, where the amount. I mean, that would be pretty simple to figure out.
Don't they have to?
Well, I think they say
taxes they don't.
No, yeah, that's right. That's right.
That money's just stolen off the top.
We don't know where. I don't know what they do with it, where it goes.
And why does the state have any say whatsoever with the lottery?
Right.
You take your chances. If it's a corrupt lottery, then people will quit playing it.
Right. Yeah. Anyway, we'll see. I mean, astounding. 5:10. Also, the other astounding story today, and Pete Hegseth has been talking about that. Oh, and talking about the boat explosion blow up. I just saw a headline a second ago. The story again, I assume you've seen the video. If you haven't, you ought to go try to find it. It's pretty cool. A Venezuelan drug boat in the Caribbean with 11 smugglers from the Venezuelan drug gangs in it on the boat, were blown to smithereens right out of the sky by America fighting forces. And the spokesman for Venezuela said, "Oh, that was AI. That wasn't even real." Pete Hegseth says, "Oh, really? I watched it live, my friend. We knew who was in the boat. We knew what they were doing with the boat. We knew what was in the boat. We knew the drugs were in the boat and who they were representing and where they were going." Again, they had all the information. They can prove what it was. And people are complaining. The liberals are complaining. The Democrats are in favor of letting those drug boats go. It's not fair to blow up a drug boat without proving before a court of law that they've had their day before court. We want to keep those drug boats should have the right to go to court before they get... really? Well, guess what? I saw a headline of Marco Rubio. No, who's the Secretary of State? Rubio. I gave him and Governor of DeSantis mixed up. Marco Rubio was talking about the news conferences today, and Marco Rubio was asked, what's the best way to stop drug cartels? And he said, well, when you blow them up. When you blow them up. And can you imagine... the next cartel boss who's telling somebody to get in the boat with your buddies and take, 1,000 pounds of drugs across the Caribbean and hope you make it. I mean, seriously, what idiot is going to say, yeah, let me take the next drug run on that open boat on open seas in the Caribbean? That they all know now that we can see you. We know what you're doing.
You know what the thing is? God. We've always been able to see them.
I know.
Why are they allowing them in?
Why can't we go get them? And we know where they make the drugs. We know where they get the chemicals. We know where they're hiding in the forest. We know everything else. Why don't we just go down there and kill them?
Well, the thing is, they got to get it here. So we can let them do all that, but as soon as they start trying to get it here, blast them off the trucks, blast all their boats.
And how come AI we haven't developed some kind of a surveillance system where we know every possible route that they could take and spy on it and end it right now? I mean, I really don't understand why we don't have the technology to do it.
We do have the technology.
Well, I guess we're not
president with the balls to do it.
Yeah, we're not using it, but we are. Well, we just saw a pretty good example of technology right there. Some kind of drone on the Caribbean. I mean, was that funny or what? There's this boat and they're singing along. Oh boy, we're going to get rich. Pow, booms, flames. There's nothing like bam. The Rockets' red glare, baby. 5:13. Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. Go Braves. Holy crap! It's sports is coming up, and we still got tweets and we got Flounder's Funnies and your calls on Hump Day. 106.3, the Extra, the only radio station in Atlanta doesn't really suck, man.
Wherever you are in Georgia, you can stream Extra 106.3 in crystal clear digital with the all-new Extra 106.3 app. Get Extra's live on-air stream in real time, or go back and listen to all your favorite shows, Neil Bortz, or original podcasts, no matter where you go. Grab the Extra 106.3 app now and start streaming.
Peach State Windows, they do deck work. In fact, I know this from personal experiences, your deck may not make code anymore. They've changed the code regulations for decks in some of these counties. It's true. Anyway, Peach State Windows, known for the windows and siding, and they can fix things on your door. If there's something leaking on your roof, they can take. And these guys are builders and contractors. Jeff and his wife, I've known them for 25 years, worked with them. Anyway, siding and, of course, the windows, double hung, energy efficient. And checking that deck, a safety inspection. Just tell them the Kimmer sent you to check it out. You got a lot of outside time left on that deck. Check them out, peachstatewindows.com.
The Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets kick off the 2025 season back on the flats Saturday, September 6th versus Gardner-Webb at 3:30 p.m. presented by Emory.
Into the end zone! Touchdown, Jackets!
Enjoy the free pregame concert and festivities starting 4 hours before kickoff and a hell of a block party driven by Hyundai in the heart of Midtown Atlanta on North Avenue. Tickets start at just $33. Get your game tickets and more information at ramblinrack.com. Sting 'em.
Hi, I'm Chris Lalamia, owner of the Trusted Toolbox. Are home repairs piling up? Are you feeling overwhelmed? Relax. We've got you covered. From drywall dings and leaky faucets to deck repairs and trim replacement, we're your one-stop shop for everything for your home needs. No more juggling multiple contractors. Just call us at the Trusted Toolbox and we'll handle it. Your home deserves the best, and we don't want you breaking your back trying. Call the Trusted Toolbox today at 770-623-3097 or visit us at thetrustedtoolbox.com. The Trusted Toolbox, your one-stop shop for home repairs and more.
Hey Braves Country, Tom Glavine here. Want to drive like a champion? Start with a clean car from Tidal Wave Auto Spa. With cutting-edge equipment and elite customer service, it's more than a car wash, it's a win. Experience the ultimate clean at Tidal Wave Auto Spa, my go-to car wash destination and the official car wash of the Atlanta Braves.
My car is happy. I am happy. Tidal Wave Auto Spa.
Having 4 kids in 4 years changed everything, especially our perspective on food.
We started paying closer attention to the things that mattered most, especially the food we were putting on our table.
We wanted better, safer, healthier. And when we couldn't find it, we took matters into our own hands. We started Good Ranchers.
We partner with local farms and ranches right here in the U.S., families who have been raising livestock the right way for generations. Hard-working men and women who care deeply about the land, their animals, and the quality of the food they produce.
We're proud to bring their legacy to your table. 100% American beef, chicken, pork, and wild-caught seafood.
And then we make it simple. We deliver it straight to your door.
Because we believe in making it easy for families like ours and yours to enjoy meat you can trust. Food that honors the American farmer. Food that brings people together.
Visit GoodRanchers.com and use code RANCH40 to get $40 off your first order. Plus, free meat for an entire year.
GoodRanchers.com. American meat delivered.
On this day, 1954, with a hearty hi-ho Silver, the Lone Ranger, after 2,956 episodes, no longer heard on radio. And then Johnny Depp did his thing on the movies. Anyway, now sponsored by RBM of Atlanta. Holy crap, it's sports with Pete Davis.
Well, the Braves lost yet another one-run game last night, 4-3 to the Cubs up in Wrigley. Ha-Seong Kim made his Braves debut at shortstop. He had 2 hits. Ozzie Albies and Eli White both had solo homers. Matt Olson even had a triple. Joey Wentz falls to 5-5, going 4 innings, gave up 7 hits and 4 runs. They'll try and avoid the sweep tonight. The 5-9 Bryce Elder against the 9-4 right-hander Cade Horton for the Cubbies. Raisel Iglesias named the National League reliever for the month of August. He had a 0.69 ERA in 13 appearances, allowed just 1 earned run. Iglesias struck out 13 batters, issued no walks, recorded an MLB best 10 saves. The Braves went 11-2 in games in which he pitched.
Whoa.
He's back.
Excellent.
He's back. Braves now 13 games out of the final NL wildcard spot. Cubs in second place in the NL Central, 5 games behind Milwaukee, but they're sitting pretty atop the wild card standings. Falcons head coach Raheem Morris says they will do whatever it takes to win Sunday's season opener at home against the Buccaneers, which sounds rather ominous, and I like it.
I wonder
He
what
also
that
said,
means.
quote, here's his other quote, though. We're going to go out there and let the grass speak for us, end quote.
I don't know what that means.
Nobody knows what that means. What the hell is he
Take
saying?
it as it comes. Just do what the land gives
Let
us. Kind
the
of
grass
some kind of
speak?
freaking Indian chanting around a campfire with the.
I have no idea.
My goodness.
He better go. He better have a winning season. Is all I'm going to say.
Wow.
Their first official injuries report this season is out, and receiver Darnell Mooney, cornerback Clark Phillips III, limited in practice today. Safety DeMarco Helms and offensive tackle Jack Nelson did not practice. Well, Clemson lost the Tiger Bowl to LSU and now seem intent on losing the post-game comment section, too. Clemson head coach Dabo Swinney is angered by Bengals head coach Brian Kelly by saying in his weekly news conference, quote, "It was a hell of a game, down to the last play, right out of the gate. It's like getting the final exam day one of class. They made a 65, we made a 58. Neither one of us were great," end quote.
Uh-oh.
Well, this did not sit well with Kelly, who said, I quote, "I thought we dominated them in the second half, so he's really a good grader for giving himself a 58, or he's a really hard grader on us. Or he didn't see the second half, which that might be the case. He might not have wanted to see the second half," end quote.
Pretty funny.
1 Adam 12, shots fired. See the men at the SO Club on Old Greenville Highway.
Bulletin board.
Jeez. If they may see him in the playoffs. We'll have to see.
Yeah, well.
On Three's Brett McMurphy tweets that since 2007, in games when Alabama was favored by at least 14 points, Nick Saban was 131-2.
Yeah.
Kalen DeBoer is 4-4.
Yeah, it's not good, yeah.
Bama is 9-5 since Saban retired and has lost 3 out of their last 4 games.
Well, and for the record, you're a sports guy. Is this just you don't get the personnel anymore wanting to go to Alabama, or is it bad coaching?
Well, guess what? Alabama was one of those schools that decided that our name will see us through this NIL thing, and we didn't have to spend as much money as other people. Guess what?
Yeah,
the money talks more than reputation and legend.
Yeah.
That's the way it is.
I'll bet that's absolutely true.
They'll get the money going at some point, but Alabama's not a rich state, so we'll see.
Yeah, but the sponsors want to have number one. I mean, they're still money. I mean, they don't have the oil money, I guess, but they're
they don't have Texas money. I've been telling them that for years.
Yeah.
You don't have Texas
money.
money.
They don't. Yeah.
A pair of Vanderbilt football players among 10 athletes suing the NCAA in an effort to force the association to allow the college athletes to compete for 5 seasons rather than 4. The current rules allow athletes to compete for 4 seasons during a 5-year time span, begins when they enroll in college. The players are not aiming to completely remove any eligibility restrictions, but believe they should be able to compete in games for all 5 years they are allowed to be on the team. That's common sense.
Yeah, right.
Once again, the NCAA on the wrong side of a rule in history.
What they doing?
The Idaho Vandals football team will wear the name Fightin' Taters on their helmets for their home opener against St. Thomas.
Taters?
St. Thomas? I've never even heard of St. Thomas. Is it Minnesota?
St. Thomas, St. Croix, and...
Maybe it's one guy named St. Thomas. I don't know.
Holy moly.
The Idaho Potato Commission is sponsoring the game, also bringing their 70-foot-long big potato truck and their mascot named Spuddy Buddy.
Oh, my goodness. Well,
what do you do for a living? What? Spuddy Buddy.
I'm Spuddy Buddy on summertime. Yeah.
The Fightin' Taters.
For the fall.
Yeah. Remember when ESPN bought the show NFL Red Zone and Commissioner Roger Goodell promised there'd be no changes and don't worry and all was well?
Yeah. Uh-huh. Well, what now? We knew. Oh, what are they doing? They're getting rid of the guy, are they?
Surprise, surprise. Host Scott Hansen.
No, don't say it.
Announced today on the Pat McAfee show that NFL Red Zone will no longer be commercial free.
Oh, God. You know, I thought you had to pay for it anyway. So what? They just need more money, do they? Is that what they're saying?
Yeah, the NFL needs more money, of course.
For God's
But don't worry, the same people who lied to you about no changes are assuring you the commercials will be timed as to not disrupt important moments.
Every moment's important. All they do is scores. The whole show is just scores, ladies and gentlemen. It's every single show, every minute of it is people scoring points. Therefore, every minute that you're doing a commercial is interrupting the scoring of points.
The only way they would know when the ads will not disrupt important plays is if they already know how the games will go.
Oh,
talk about giving ammo to the NFL is scripted conspiracy nuts. I mean, please.
Jeez, God.
The first touchdown they miss live, all hell's going to break loose.
Oh, man.
That was the whole point of watching the damn thing. It was action for 7 hours.
That's right. And Scott Hansen, God bless him. I mean, I'll tell you
Not
what.
being able to pee.
And he knew what he was talking about. He knew the players and spectacular effort. It was just really classy act there. Jeez.
Well, now he can go tinkle.
Well, he can take
tinkle.
Tinkle.
There's a rumor floating about, and NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell will not deny it, that the future Mrs. Taylor Kelsey could play a halftime show at the Super Bowl soon, real soon.
You would think so.
You think they'd already asked her?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. She'd probably be happy to do it. What the hell, wouldn't you think?
They've run out of just about everybody.
Well, I mean, why
Who's
not?
left?
Yeah.
And that last one, last year, who was that guy, the Drake-hating dude?
I can't watch that stuff. Halftime for me, I hit the kitchen. Yeah, I do what I need to do.
Yeah, I hit something else.
Yeah, something like that.
I did at 5 o'clock when you were wondering where I was.
Well, but anyway, for people who are alone at the time.
News. Yeah, seriously, I'm in my jammies. NBA news, the Clippers may be in trouble. They reportedly paid Kawhi Leonard for a no-show Sopranos-type job off the books in order to get around the association's salary cap. A now defunct company called Aspiration, which planted trees Southern California, known for its trees, was also owned by Clippers owner Steve Ballmer. Leonard allegedly paid $28 million to promote the company, but supposedly never lifted a finger, much less a shovel, to plant a tree.
Whoa. Okay.
Boy, if this is true, the Clippers are going to be just absolutely destroyed. The NBA is going to come down on them like you know what. Of course, it's probably happened before. They've just been caught.
Yeah.
I always wondered about that, how they could, get around the salary cap by saying, well, they've done in the past, well, once you retire, you've got a job, stuff like that.
Right, yeah. Our families were always, grandma needs a job, company.
Today in sports history, September 3rd, 1928. This gentleman got the final hit of his career, a pinch hit double for the Philadelphia A's against a guy named Bump Hadley. For what Jay has in the box, Jay, bring it in here. Who was that player?
That was Richie Allen. No, that's not the name.
Richie Allen.
I'm thinking of
Dick Allen was playing in 1928.
Well, I'm trying to think of a Phillies player in 1928. It wouldn't have been, let's see. Who was the Phillies?
Did I say Phillies?
Yeah.
Who said Phillies?
I thought you said Phillies.
A's. Philadelphia A's.
Well, now see, there you are. Rogers Hornsby.
I don't think he ever played for the A's. I don't think so. Cardinals and Cubs.
I don't know. 1920, so I have no idea.
Ty Cobb.
Well, there you are. I didn't know he played for Philadelphia.
He ended his career with the A's. Yes.
Well, there you are. Well, that's cool. And that was his last. Would you say his last game? Is that what it was?
His last hit.
Last hit. Excellent.
Last hit.
Outstanding. Well, now we got one more thing here in sports history there, Pete Davis. Maybe some more stuff. It was on this day in 1935, Sir Malcolm Campbell drives his Bluebird, which was a motor vehicle with a 2,500 horsepower V8 engine in 1935, 2,500 horsepower. 2 runs he made over a 1-mile course, averaging 301.1 miles an hour, the first land speed record of over 100 miles an hour set at the Bonneville Salt Flats in Utah in 1935.
Was he the British guy who died when his boat broke up on Loch Ness? He was trying to set a record on water. And it broke up.
I don't. I remember.
They say he hit the monster.
Wow, I haven't thought about that. I've totally forgotten about that. Oh my goodness, I don't know.
Just a few years ago, they actually finally found the boat and brought it up from the bottom.
Wow, unbelievable. Let's see. 528, Kevin Peyton Flounder, 404-741-1230, 741-1230. And let's see, the Epstein files are still back in the news. Marjorie Taylor Greene and others held a news conference today. They want all the information released. And some of the, in fact, Flounder, let's do this. We got time before the break here. Let's do this. The Epstein files victims held, not all of them, some of them had held a news conference today, and Marjorie Taylor Greene also was there talking to the people about and how she wants information released. They are now have a bipartisan demand that Congress release everything, or that the Justice Department release every bit of information, including stuff we have no idea about. And Marjorie Taylor Greene held a news conference today with all these others to say this about how much they need this information. Flounder, if you would.
This is the most important fight we can wage here in Congress, is fighting for innocent people that never receive justice. And the women behind me have never received justice. And do you want to know why? It's because Jeffrey Epstein somehow was able to walk among the most rich, powerful people, not only in America, but foreign countries.
She said, yesterday I heard countries like Saudi Arabia, Russia, and even Israel and other countries. The truth needs to come out. The government holds the truth, that these cases that are sealed hold the truth. Jeffrey Epstein's estate holds the truth. The FBI, DOJ, CIA hold the truth. It's the truth we are demanding. An Epstein victim named Jenna Lisa Jones also had some comments. We'll talk about those in a second. When she was a little girl, another victim, a model named Lisa Phillips, was introduced to the financier disgraced scumbag in the early 2000s, and she said she was part of the scheme discussing putting together a roster of the associates who abused the girls, and she says, we know who they are. Flounder, if you would, cut number 2 of the victim of Jeffrey Epstein today.
Transparency is justice. Release the files, end the secrecy, and stand with us in declaring that no one, no billionaires, no politicians, not world leaders, is above the law. And let me announce now, several of us Epstein survivors have been discussing creating our own list of names. Many of us were abused by them. Yeah, that's right. Now, together as survivors, we will confidentially compile the names we all know were regularly in the Epstein world.
And she said it will be done by survivors and for survivors. No one else is involved. Nearly a dozen victims and family members who were abused by Epstein showed up at the Capitol today. One of them was Jenna Lisa Jones. She said she was 14 when my friend brought me over to Jeffrey Epstein's house in Palm Beach in 2003. When she was 14, she said, I always did my best in school. I had such a positive outlook on life. Until that day that I met Jeffrey, I've never been more scared in my life than I was that first time he hurt me. I remember crying the entire way home, thinking about how I couldn't ever tell anyone about what actually happened in that house. It was hard for me to find my voice to become strong enough to speak about my abuse. Together, we can finally make a change for people like the congressmen who are helping us, their teams who care about the victims. And she appealed to Donald Trump, please, President Trump, pass this bill, help us, make us feel like our voices are finally being heard, to release all the information. And they're going to release the names if the DOJ doesn't. Wow. 5:32, Kimmer, Peyton, Flounder. Yeah, we got a lot more coming up till 6 o'clock. And it all begins as we speak on 106.3. Look out.
Listen to the Morning Extra, The Kimmer Show, Neil Bortz, and all your favorite Extra 106.3 personalities whenever you want with the all-new Extra app. It's anytime show replays, all your favorite podcasts, and the latest political news from across Georgia. Download the Extra 106.3 app now for Apple or Android.
Love this planting season. Not officially fall, but what the heck? If you're putting in a backyard or getting it for you, if you're a landscaper or a builder contractor, wholesale supply company, Stovall and Company, third generation family, a family business. 11 locations now, the latest one up there in Canton. And they have all the things you're looking for, sprinkler systems and irrigation things and flowers and trees and plants and shrubs and grass and seeds and rocks and boulders, the whole deal. And if they don't have it and you need something special, they can tell you where else to get it, even if they lose the sale. And it's a family business, so if you say, I need it right now, it's probably already on the way. Check them out, StovallInc.com.
Hey there, I'm Tara, owner and publisher of Our Town Monthly Magazine, where you'll find familiar faces, local voices, community businesses, and events, like the Superior Plumbing Presents North Georgia State Fair.
Hi, I'm Missy with the Superior Plumbing Presents North Georgia State Fair at Jim R. Miller Park, September 18th through the 28th. Enjoy the fun, the food, and amazing entertainment, including the Carriage Kia Grandstand Series. We're bringing back advanced pay one price ride tickets, plus free parking this year. Save money and enjoy a smoother experience. Visit NorthGeorgiaStateFair.com for daily deals and discover why we were voted Best Festival and Family Amusement 7 years in a row. That's NorthGeorgiaStateFair.com.
Friends, I'm getting my tickets. Are you? The North Georgia State Fair is more than an event. It's a tradition. And remember, our town is your town at Our Town Monthly.
By texting 64,000, you agree to receive recurring automated marketing messages from Real Success. Message and data rates may apply. No purchase required. Terms apply. Available at OurRealSuccess.com.
Do you want to learn how to make money flipping houses and acquiring rental properties right here in Atlanta without using your own money? You'll learn to flip houses and secure rental properties in your spare time to get on track towards real wealth building. We're offering a handful of motivated individuals the opportunity to attend our workshop right here in Atlanta for free. That's right, we'll give you 2 free tickets when you text FLIP to 64,000. Atlanta is the perfect market to flip houses and build rental income. Don't miss this opportunity. Come to a complimentary live 2-hour workshop next week right here in Atlanta and learn how to start making money flipping homes and building long-term wealth with rental properties. To get 2 free tickets, text FLIP to 64,000. Text in the next 10 minutes, and registrants will also receive a free copy of our Funding for Deals guide. Text FLIP to 64,000 for 2 complimentary tickets. Text FLIP to 64,000.
Need advice on getting things fixed up around the house? No matter how big or small that project is, we've got your answers. Listen to us on the All Four Seasons Home Show presented by the Trusted Toolbox. Join Dan Watkins, owner of All Four Seasons Garage Entry Doors and Windows, and me, Chris Lalamia, your favorite handyman from the Trusted Toolbox, as we tackle all the issues, fixes, and honeydew projects around your home. Join us every Saturday morning at 9 a.m. or grab the podcast anytime on the Extra 106.3 app.
There are nut jobs on the road. Who knows where they learn to drive? If one of them hits you, don't take care of it on your own. Call my friend David Van Sant, 855-GA-INJURY. Van Sant Law, one of Georgia's top-rated personal injury lawyers and car accident firms. Time is of the essence. Don't waste any. The longer you wait to get the right lawyer, the longer it takes to get the compensation you deserve. Call Van Sant Law today. The number is 855-GA-INJURY. VanSantLaw.com.
Welcome to Willie's Wings, home of the secret sauce.
I'll take a dozen wings. Oh, by the way, I love that sauce. What's in it?
Can't tell you.
Why not?
It's a secret.
While many financial advisors claim to have the secret sauce, they don't. In fact, if their sauce is so good, why are they keeping it a secret? Evan Ward of Atlas Retirement doesn't keep anything a secret. He knows there's much more to retirement planning than stocks, bonds, and mutual funds. Evan will develop a strategy designed specifically for you. It's your own secret sauce for retirement. Call Evan Ward at Atlas Retirement to schedule your personal portfolio x-ray today. Call 678-252-5224. That's 678-252-5224. Or online at atlasretirement.net.
Fine, you want to know what's in the sauce?
Absolutely.
Tablespoon of paprika.
Really?
Investment advisory products and services made available through Impact Partnership Wealth, LLC, IPW, a registered investment advisor.
Stream Clay Travis and Buck Sexton, Glenn Beck, Fox News, and even NASCAR on Sundays. Anywhere on the Extra 106.3 app. Download the app now and get 24/7 access to the live stream, the latest news, and everything you need to know about Atlanta's only conservative talk station. Download the Extra 106.3 app for Apple or Android and check out even more great original content at thepodcastpark.com.
Here we go now. Where are you walking? Where are you going there? Yeah, boy. Fats Domino. Yeah, boy. On this day, 2005, Fats Domino was rescued from New Orleans after Hurricane Katrina. The 77-year-old Fats Domino was missing since the storm in New Orleans flooded the city, left thousands feared dead. He said he was going to stay, and then they couldn't find him, and finally they rescued him, and turned out okay. Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder, how you doing? 538. Birthday list includes Steve Sherpa. Steve Sherpa's 68. Steve Sherpa was Bobby Bacala on The Sopranos. And also in the new Dexter series, he plays a nasty landlord who is involved with Dexter's son and Dexter's son's new kinky girlfriend, who is a freaky blonde chick. And by the way, they had, I was kind of offended by it. They showed him having sex with her on Dexter, and we meet his new girlfriend. Well, I don't know, because he just seems young. He was a kid. He's in college. I mean, he's
in college.
I know. I just seemed. I didn't like that. Why would they add that in there? To Dexter, the serial killer.
Why?
Well,
Sex
I know.
and crime.
Well, I know. Okay. Just me. Anyway, Steve Sherpa's 68, and now he's in Dexter, and Dexter let him live. He had him on the table and let him live. So,
dude, you're giving away. People haven't seen it yet.
I didn't speed in it. Well, it's over. It's going to be over. I think there's one
it's
more.
only on a couple weeks.
I think there's one episode left.
So?
Yeah, so anyway. All right, fine. And on this day, and hold on, we got showbiz here. We got a couple of showbiz things here. On this day in 2008, FX debuted the series Sons of Anarchy. The musical intro to it was very familiar, as you can tell. Following the lives of an outlaw motorcycle club in charming California, Sons of Anarchy was created by Kurt Sutter and starred Charlie Hunnam, Katie Seagal, and Ron Perlman. David LaBrava was a real-life Hell's Angel from Oakland, and he served as a technical advisor and even played the club's assassin, Happy Loman. While telling tales of vigilantism, government corruption, and racism, it is said that the show Sons of Anarchy served as an analogy for human transformation. Sons of Anarchy began on this day in 2008. The show ended in December 2014.
Yeah, one of the worst endings to one of the best shows ever.
I never saw the ending. How did I in fact, it jumped the shark for me, and I don't know why, and I stopped watching. How did it end? You can tell now it was 11 years ago.
All that whining about his daddy leaving him when he was young, and what did he do? The exact same thing. He committed suicide by running his motorcycle right into the front of a truck and leaving his son without a father.
Oh, for God's sakes. I mean, that's even worse than the two girls in the car over the cliff. With
all the whining about it for all those years, and he did.
And not only that, he smiled and went into the sunlight. They made it like almost
like a heroic ending for the
for the gang.
Sakes.
With his hands out like he's Jesus on the cross.
like Clint Eastwood with the Ford Torino movie, where they shot him in Gran Torino, and he does the old Jesus on the cross, arms spread to save the kids' future for the gangbang. Oh man, there were parts of that movie, Gran Torino, I really did like, but parts of it were just stupid. I mean, the acting was it was just embarrassing.
You ever F around with somebody you shouldn't F around with?
And he pulls out oh God. Anyway, all right, 541. Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder, and we have all these these one-liners and jokes and commentaries of various kinds here. We also have a little something we like to call Pete's Tweets on the Radio 106.3. Here you go.
All right, do something nice for someone today, Kimmer.
All right, sir.
Leave them alone.
Thank you. Very funny.
Life is hard enough without your BS.
Another good example, sir.
Robert Sterling tweets, New York City mayoral candidate Mandami not benching 135 pounds is not a big deal. I actually served with Marines who could not do that, and we never gave them a hard time. We did not want them worrying during pregnancy, and we knew they'd get strong again after they came back from maternity leave.
Very funny.
That little noodle-armed little commie couldn't even do 135 pounds.
My. Well.
Yeah. The British Patriot tweets punishments in different countries for raping a child. India, death penalty. Pakistan, death. Saudi Arabia, public beheading. North Korea, death by firing squad. Bangladesh, death penalty. Great Britain, child gets called a prostitute. Let's blame the child.
In fact, there's another one. Do you have the Babylon Bee about that very thing? The same related thing? You'll like this, too. Hold on. I got it right here. The Babylon Bee concerning that says, crap. I got it here. Crap.
Put the brakes on this.
No, I got it. Oh, son of a, why do they do that to me? I swear you'll appreciate it once I find it.
We were
and it's oh crap! I hate when I do this. Honest, no, I know it. I've got it here. I wrote it down
this
and
is
everything.
The most scintillating part of this show.
Here we go. Here we go. It's coming up. Here we go. One more time. Here we go. English bobbies race past 5 stabbings to tackle offensive social media poster. Or Chicago. Which one were you doing? I think I got the wrong one.
Find the funny one.
Chicago shootings are down as the official guy who keeps track of all the shootings got shot. Anyway, sorry.
I can wreck my own segment by myself. I don't need you to help me.
I don't know why. I thought it was at the time. I saved it because I thought it was amusing.
By the way, in Scotland, they just caught a 27-year-old foreigner raping a woman, and the judge refused to deport him or even put him in jail because there's cultural differences. Basically saying it's okay to rape women now if you just show up in Scotland from overseas.
They've done this before, too. Cultural differences.
It's going to be a revolution. I'm not telling you. They're fed up over there. Things are going to get violent. And maybe we should start thinking about, we
need more guns
to the IRA.
They need more guns.
How much money can we make doing that again to Great Britain?
They need guns over there.
Bulky post, the number of turns I miss because my GPS thinks I know what 600 feet looks like. I have no clue what it looks like.
Well, no, it's not even close, by the way.
Seriously.
It could be coming right up there.
And Little Church Mouse says, so, naked hiking means no GPS, no music, no maps, no distractions. Probably should have looked that one up first.
Boy, did I get that wrong. Very funny. 5:45, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. How you doing? If you want to join us, we're almost out of time. 404-741-1230. 741-1230. And the lottery, boy, the Powerball tonight, over $1 billion, and they're going to take most of it in taxes. Anyway, all right, look out. Here we go. Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. Happy Hump Day.
Miss any of the show? No sweat. Grab your Extra 106.3 app and listen to show replays whenever you want. Download the Extra app now for Apple and Android by searching for XTRA 106.3.
Join Daniel Matalon, CEO of A Second Chance Bail Bonds, and co-host Tug Cowart as they bring together law enforcement, justice insiders, and voices from every part of the justice system, victims, advocates, and people who've turned their lives around. It's an honest talk about what's working, what's broken, and how to build a better path forward, 1 second chance at a time. This week's guests are FBI Special Agent in Charge Paul Brown and FBI Special Agent Charles Orgbon Jr. Justice Unfiltered. Unfiltered, informed, and unbiased.
No one plans on going to jail, but when it happens, it's important that you know who to call. Call A Second Chance Bail Bonds, where we believe everyone deserves a second chance. Whether your loved one's been arrested in Cherokee, Clayton, or any of the other metro Atlanta counties in between, A Second Chance Bail Bonds works fast to help expedite release within hours. A Second Chance. It's better to know us and not need us than need us and not know us. Call A Second Chance 24/7 at 404-BAIL-OUT or online at atlbail.com.
Hey, it's Lowe's here to tell you about a new, stress-free, and completely transparent way to purchase your next pre-owned car, truck, or SUV. It's with Tom Mitchell, the honest car guy. Tom, traditionally, I've been a payment buyer. How do you work with that type of buyer?
I have people that come in all the time and they want to spend $20,000. Okay, if their payments are $400 on $20,000, they don't realize without the doc fees, without all this other stuff, we can put them in a 22 or 23 model car and we can spend a little bit more money and have the same payment. So if you're a payment buyer, don't come in here just saying, I want to spend $20,000, because we can sit there and help you and we can put you in a newer car with lesser miles at a payment you need.
Friends, if you're in the market for a pre-owned car, truck, or SUV, get an honest car buy from the Honest Car Guy. You pay what we pay, plus an honest fee, and we back that up by giving you the bill of sale. That's our transparency guarantee. Call 844-SHOW-ME-1. That's 844-SHOW-ME, the number 1, or visit honestcarguy.com.
We're smart, we care. We're Central Heating and Air.
Now, I know there are plenty of HVAC companies out there, but let me tell you why Central Heating and Air Conditioning stands out from the rest. These days, it's hard to tell who's on first. Everybody wants to play. Many of the local HVAC companies, though, have been sold to large conglomerates. And some are even coming back under new names. But at Central Heating and Air Conditioning, they never left the field. They've been your hometown team since 1947. And their dedication to our community has never wavered. They are the grand slam you can count on. Central's team of experts know the game inside and out, delivering dependable service and personalized solutions every time. So don't get caught off base. Choose the HVAC team that's always been in the game. Get Carrier products, Carrier warranty, and Carrier peace of mind. Turn to your Atlanta Carrier experts. Central Heating and Air Conditioning. Call them today, 770-GET-HEAT, or visit them online at centralheat.com.
We're smart, we care. We're Central Heating and Air.
Hey, this is Matt from East Cobb. We basically bought our house from our in-laws. It was my wife's childhood home. One of the issues that we've had when we first moved in was our dog in our backyard. It was extremely shaded, could never grow grass back there. We resodded it twice. So ATL Turf Co. did an amazing job with our backyard transformation. They basically created a miniature golf hole. We have a miniature fairway. We also have a miniature little putting green. Consists of about 4 holes, total about 40 yards, so you can definitely work on your short game and your putting. After that transformation that ATL Turf Co. did for us, my father-in-law came and saw his house the way it looked after the fact of we had a putting green and a miniature golf course. Sure enough, he did the same thing with ATL Turf Co. He has a beautiful backyard, wonderful stonework, drainage, and a beautiful practice area for chipping and putting. Check him out online at atlturfco.com.
Da-da-da-da. That's the Stones. On this day, 2002, the Stones' 40th anniversary Licks tour kicked off at the Fleet Center in Boston. 2002, tickets for the best seats, $224. The world tour of the Stones would see the band playing to 2.5 million fans over 100 shows. In fact, as I was coming in today, Mike, our crackhead engineer, was coming down the sidewalk, and Flounders, you notice the buses out front here at the Apollo, what is it, the theater next door
Roxy.
here? Roxy. They've got some, there's a picture of a Superman on the billboard thing up front of the Roxy, and I guess it's some kind of heavy metal band or something, and I was talking to Mike, and I said, I wonder, I think that, I didn't know how big it was. I think Mike said they hold like 3,000 people.
Yeah, about 3,500 around there.
Wow. And so, and I got to thinking, I've never heard of this band. Obviously, somebody has. Somebody's going to show up for these shows. And I wonder, I guess you can make money. I mean, they have these, to move a band from town to town is a major expensive. Buses and trucks and
the whole production, absolutely.
It's unbelievable. And so I'm thinking to myself, I guess you can make money as a band in
a roadie,
whatever, as a and to have a band go from city to city to play to 1,500 people maybe or something. And I guess, and he said the tickets like $100 a piece. So I guess you can make a living doing it with these old bands no one's ever heard of keep showing up, and the people show up. So
the problem is the only way a musician, again, I'm not an expert, but bands don't make money on albums anymore. Because it's a download generation and streaming. So basically, you're going to make your money on touring.
Yeah, and I guess they can. I guess they do. I mean, they can. They have the amphitheater where I am, and this place here, and their places. But it's really amazing. Yeah, it's really amazing when you see the buses lined up and all the people and the roadies and their guys out there unloading and loading.
It's a nightmare down there.
Oh my God! It's
because of just how narrow everything is, and you have. I mean, normally when you play there, you're going to have at least 2 tour buses and then probably at least 1 truck.
Yeah, and they have a whole back-end area back there. They back them all in. But again, it's a monster production, and I wonder, can they really? I guess they make money. But
somebody does, record company.
Put it together. Let's see, 5:52 already. Can repeat and flounder. My daughter. Oh, I guess I'm playing golf again. I'm going to see my kids, and my daughter Sarah now has suggested I go play with Brady at the.
That would be a lot of fun.
Yeah, well, I played with him much before, of course, but they have a place now in Colorado that's like Top Golf, but you actually play simulated golf to a course without moving. And so that might be kind of fun. I haven't done that before, so that might be fun. Anyway, have
you ever been to the Top Golf right by your place?
I've never been to that one, but I've been to
show there.
Yeah, we did the show there, but I've not actually played there. But I did go to the Top Golf once with the kids in Florida. We were on vacation, I think, and it was fun hitting balls. It's fun hitting balls. But
it's
again,
an event.
Yeah, it's true. So anyway, as we plan another thing. All right, Kevin P. and Flounder 404-741-1230 741. Oh, did you have a phone call? Did you say we have Shay from Shay and Sean?
Yes.
Shay, you're on the radio. Hey man, happy Wednesday.
We need to get some music for them. We'll have to figure that out.
There you go, Shay and Sean music. Hey man, what's happening? What's going on?
Hey, just chiming in. I do not disagree with you, but I wanted to put my 2 cents in on the calculations that you're figuring out on the lottery payout. So, so what you're missing is the annuitized thing that they're giving up. So that the government will still, between Fed and state. The Fed and state will get about $250 to $300 million of that, but they're not getting over $1 billion. The 1.3, if you took the cash option, that doesn't go to the government or anything. That is when they're missing out on the compound interest over the 30-year payout. So, but based on not taking the annuity but just taking the cash sum, nobody gets that, because if anybody did get that, they would have that money invested as an endowment, and then they could pay you a dividend off of that for the next 30 years. So when you take the cash option, they have to pay it all at once. So then you're down to 700 million or so. Now that 700 million, say 35 to 40% combined for Fed and state taxes. You take that out, now you're in that $250 to $300 million that you're actually going to pay in taxes, and then you end up with the 400 million.
Actually, that makes I was stupidly didn't realize. So obviously, if you take the cash out, then you're not counting the other 700 million that didn't ever get counted because the annuity wouldn't count it because the money's not there.
Yeah, exactly. You're not paying taxes on the whole thing if you don't take the annuity.
Yeah,
so,
but still, I mean, think about it. Still, if you still win $700 million and you're going to take home $250 million, I mean, that's still oh my God.
So it's even better it's even better. Anytime I watch Wheel of Fortune or Jeopardy, those shows that are filmed in California, you think about the game show tax out there.
Yeah.
Those people end up paying over 50 to 60% of their winnings in taxes, because they have an additional absurd. Well, they have the absurd California state tax, but then they also have a game show tax on top of that.
Yeah. Oh,
so,
man.
But once again, after you pay the $250 to $300 million in taxes on the upfront, the cash option, then you're just worried about capital gains tax payments on the investments off the dividends on wherever you invest the money if you invest it. So
right. Now
just to clear it up.
Let me ask you this: if you have to pay, if I win the lottery, and so I'm going to get a check for $700 million, and then they're going to take out $300 million, can I claim on my future taxes that deduction of taxes I paid for the future?
No, because after that, it's all that's just on your initial $700 million. After that, anything you earn on the remaining $400 million in investments,
still paying taxes on that. Yeah, they're going to get you no matter what.
Well, they're going to get you 2 or 3 more times, because when you try to give it away, unless you give it out in cash, and they're even going to be up your butt on that. But if you try to get out, and if you give it out in anything other than cash, anything over $15,000, now you're going to have to pay a gift tax because you gifted somebody more. So my theory would be, I don't think there's a tax on paying off people's debts. So I would go to different lenders and say that I want to pay off XYZ's debt.
Right.
And I don't need the account information or anything. I'm just trying to give you money to clear a debt of theirs. And I don't think that can be considered a gift because I would be paying it to a financial institution to apply to some random account.
Good move. Well done. Hey, Shay, thanks, man. And hi to Sean. And always a pleasure talking to you guys. Thanks, man. That's really cool. 5:57. We can repeat a flounder very shortly. One more Flounder's Funny. And then tomorrow is Thursday. And tomorrow we have Shannon Burke at 5 o'clock, I believe.
Shannon Burke at 5.
And then on Friday, Neil
Mr.
Bortz at 4.
At 4.
It's really kind of fun. Anyway, Kim Repeat and Flounder coming up on 5:58. And do one more Flounder's Funny here before we take off for the...
When I was in high school, my friends and I decided to smoke weed and go to Olive Garden for their unlimited soup, salad, and breadsticks. It was like $15. Unlimited soup, salad, and breadsticks. When we heard this, we're like, there's no way they took into account the appetite of a stoned teenager when they made this offer. But the one problem is I'm a nervous guy, and when I smoke weed, it gets way worse. And sure enough, the first person I see when I walk in this Olive Garden is my second period Spanish teacher, which is the worst person I could see because I knew not only was she going to try to talk to me, she was going to try to talk to me in Spanish. Which is a language I was getting a C in. Not a yes, the letter C. I was doing fine. But I knew I had to take control of the situation. She's right by the hostess table, and I start walking up to her in slow motion, and I'm like conjugating verbs in my head as I go. And I get right there, and I say, "Hola, señora mate, ¿cómo está?" Está being the formal tense because we were in an Olive Garden. And then she turned to me, and she was not my Spanish teacher. She was a regular lady I'd never seen before.
And who's that there, Flounder?
Mr. Ryan Goodcase.
Oh, mercy. Very amusing. All right. Kim Repeat and Flounder. Tomorrow we're doing all over again, and I hope you can join us, too. In the meantime, hoorah, Semper Fi. Boys, have a great one. And Christine, sing me home, baby. I gotta go. You're killing me. Look out, Herb.
Streaming across Georgia on the Extra 106.3 app. This is WFOM and W292EV Marietta, a Dickey Broadcasting Station. Extra 106.3.
Fox News. Harvard wins in federal court in its challenge against the Trump administration's decision to strip billions of dollars in research funding.
The Trump administration's termination of more than $2 billion in federal grant money for Harvard ran afoul of federal law and the First Amendment, a federal judge ruled. Judge Allison Burroughs says the record makes it difficult to conclude anything other than the administration used anti-Semitism as a smokescreen for a targeted, ideologically motivated assault on the country's premier universities. President Trump became
Righty. 30 and a 15, right? Okay. Oops, a daisy. Let me get Mr. Phone here. Okay. Okay, which I ready rolling. Here we go. Number one. Fall is in the air, and October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Awareness? Sorry. Here we go.